From a Brands radio station. Don.
Sit you stink.
Hahn.
How about your nuts? Can I get some?
And Rosenberg.
He wanted me to jump up and make the jokey so the people go laugh time. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Fast approaching 3:01 of the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on a rainy Friday. And I got to tell you, I don't mind it raining. Because get rid of this snow. This snow's been around here for like a month. It's time.
It's not going anywhere. It's amazing. It's been pouring all day, and I still have tons of snow.
Right. And the thing is, we've got to make room, apparently, for more snow.
No, I heard it. I don't like it. I don't believe it.
Who's tapping out? I'm out. Who else is out? I'm out.
Where are we going?
No, I've been out. You guys don't remember? I literally came on the air and I said, all right, Mother Nature, I got it. Like, I got it. You won. And now, if it were to snow again, the level of cruelty that would be, given that it literally is just starting, at least in the city. Like, I can't speak to Long Island. But in Manhattan, it's finally almost gone. It would be brutal if we caught another foot this week.
Yeah, especially if they're talking like some of the numbers. I mean, here in Jersey, they're talking 5 to 8, which I guess I can handle after, having over a foot last month. But, it could be even worse out on Long Island. So enjoy the, 40 degrees and rain, because it could be quite different by the time we get to Sunday night. But we've got lots to discuss. Again, Distraction Friday, because at 3:10, the U.S. is going to take on Slovakia. And that's, if it's anything like these games have been over the last couple of days, there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on that game for sure. Canada survives.
That was
a win over Finland. They get a goal midway through the third period to tie it from Shea Theodore after being down 2-0. First time ever that Canada won an Olympic game that late, in the tournament, down 2 goals, and they were able to get the equalizer from Theodore midway through the third, the game winner from McKinnon on the power play with a little over 30 seconds to play. But just a great game, and I'm hoping for just another one later on today. So Canada advances to the game at 8:10 on Sunday. Will the U.S. meet them? Will the U.S. be able to do what the women did yesterday? That should be a lot of fun to watch, and we will keep an eye on it beginning in just a couple of minutes.
And
we're going to see who's
Connor wearing the C in place of Sid the Kid, but
right, Sid did not play.
Yeah,
and I know they haven't ruled him out of the tournament, but in not playing on Friday, I would think there's a very good possibility he may not play on Sunday. So we'll see.
That would really stink, man. My hope is that the thought was he was kind of iffy, but they thought it was too close, and it's like, hey, if we make the final, come back for the final, but let's give you the extra 2 days. But it would be a bummer if he wasn't there.
You consider him too, like where he is right now in his career. Some places, some people would say, the NHL team wouldn't want him to play. Like, no, don't risk it.
No,
we need you for the rest of the season. Sid's like, no. If he can go, he's going.
Well, I think, Alan, we were talking about this yesterday. There's probably not another Stanley Cup in Sid's future. This is the last moment of glory. This is it.
Yeah. I doubt very seriously he's going to play in 30. He's already got a gold medal. He's already got Stanley Cups. If he didn't play today, it was because he couldn't play.
Yes.
They're not holding him out in an elimination game. No way. He would have been out there. So we'll see what happens coming up on Sunday, but they do get a day of rest, and we'll watch the U.S. Coming up in just a couple of minutes from Milan. I got to say this about the Knicks, because obviously this is the jumping off point. We pretty much promised you this, that 3 o'clock we'll assess what they did. And we kind of had the tone of, let's relax. It's a regular season game. It's not going to be a defining moment for their chance at a championship, or if they don't win, then they won't win for the next 25 years. All that garbage. I think it was overdone by Stephen A. It was overdone by a lot of people putting so much on that game. But on the other side of it, guys, you can't just discard it either and just say, oh, well, wait till the playoffs. Because if that's the case, let's just put them to bed and let's wake up in the first round of the playoffs and not assess anything they do in the regular season. I'm sorry. Somewhere in the middle has to be the truth. And in the middle is that was a disgraceful performance in a big spot. It's not a defining moment for their season, guys, but it's a kick to the groin. Right? I mean, you got punched in the stomach and took a knee. You've got to try to get back up because you got smacked around for the third time against this team.
And this time with the guy who we all know is the X factor for this team, and OG Anunoby. He played badly. Yeah, Alan, you have to feel much worse about this one than the last one where you had more built-in excuses.
Yes. I'm the one that yesterday was saying, like, why all the doom and gloom, the anticipation. And it's amazing how they played right into it, didn't they? They played right into the doom and gloom. All the things you worry about because, as you said, Don, I think yesterday, you're just so used to, something not going right. You're not used to seeing them come through. Is certainly for about 22 minutes, that was a great game. I mean, that was an absolute battle, a brawl. And it was one of those games you felt, okay, they're showing up going toe-to-toe. They don't finish the half right. Then they try to get something going in the third quarter, some boneheaded moves, plays, decisions, whatever it was. But every time it felt like they were trying to make a push, Cade Cunningham just let you know, like, you can't stop me. And when my team needs a bucket, I'm getting it. And then they just melted down after that. And that's the part that bothered me the most. So they played right into the narrative of we don't trust this team. So while, Don, you said, whatever happens, it's not a defining moment. Maybe not a defining moment, but it certainly felt like it was emblematic of the team they've been this season.
Yeah.
Which is, like I said, their ceiling's really high. The problem is their floor is lower than most of the great teams in the NBA, and they showed you both in this game last night, and it was concerning enough that they didn't seem to be able to bring it. And against a team that didn't have either one of their top two centers, that didn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
it was a disappointing performance.
That's the problem. When I say defining moment, like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you they can't beat the Pistons.
Right.
Because we've learned that we know what this team can do when everybody's flying.
Right.
But there are concerns that have to be corrected, and there's still 26 games to correct them and get it right. But the idea, it doesn't matter, the Pistons needed it more. Why? Why do the Pistons need it more? What have the Knicks accomplished, by the way?
Who said they needed more?
Oh, no, but these are things you hear from callers and different people that are
sense.
defending, like, it doesn't matter. We saw this last year. They were killed by the Cavaliers. They were killed by the Celtics, and look what happened. It's only February. Okay, it's only February, but why are we talking about the Knicks as if, the target clearly is on their back? I get it. But you know what? The Celtics might have played with their food last year. And they didn't during the regular season, and maybe they did in the postseason. Who knows? But they were coming off a championship.
Yeah.
All right? The Knicks haven't accomplished anything for them to not take anybody seriously.
Correct. That's the problem I have with the thought of comparing it to last year. Let me explain why.
Okay.
The Celtics, as you said, coming off a title, they smacked the Knicks around. They did not look at the Knicks as a team they were worried about. Healthy respect, but not worried about. And so they went up 20 in game one, batted the bunny. Knicks were a scrappy, never give up kind of team, found a way to steal one. Game two, same thing happened. Boston went up 20, and they didn't put the Knicks away. They didn't take it serious. They didn't drive the stake through them. This Pistons team is angry. This Pistons team has a healthy hatred for the Knicks. You could see it by how hard they play against them. You could, like I said, at home games, I am situated by the visitors' bench. I see and I hear everything. And I'm telling you, this team looks at the Knicks and they salivate about beating them. It matters to 1 through 15 on that roster. Every guy that gets in the game can't wait to get a piece of it. So, with that in mind, if it so happens you get in a playoff series with them and you go down 20, guess what? You're going down 30.
Yeah.
Like, they're not giving back a lead because they want to beat you badly, all the way up to J.B. Bickerstaff, who took that loss last year personal. This is not the same thing as Knicks Boston last year. This is different, so it's dangerous to think that way.
And why do we always see, whenever the Knicks play a team, that it's the coming out party for that player? There's like just one player that kills them, right? You go back to the Heat with Butler. You go back to Young with the Hawks.
Yep.
You go back to Halliburton with the Pacers, and now it's Cunningham.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Guys that maybe weren't necessarily on your radar unless you were like a diehard basketball fan, and now all of a sudden they become public enemy number one. Like, you've got these wanted posters up all over your room if you're a Knick fan of like Knick killers. If you really want to go way, way back, to Reggie Miller and the like. But why is it the Garden? Is the Knicks what is it about the guys? They use the Knicks and Madison Square Garden as their coming out party.
I think it's the combination of it all. I think the Garden's part of it. The attention the Knicks get even when they're not that great. God forbid the attention they get when they are pretty good. It's the general disdain that a lot of America has for New York. Just on let's be honest. New York is a great town. We love it. Love living here. Not exactly the most modest place. Its entire branding is everything's the greatest. Everything's the biggest. We're number one. If you can make it here, you make it anywhere. I think that naturally puts a target on the back of most of the teams who play here.
Because it's the best stage in basketball, man. Like people, I know everybody gets their back up when you say the Mecca and all. People get mad around the country, but don't get mad at us because every great player that comes in that building, they want to have their moment on that stage. That's a real thing. And Cade had that moment last night. Now, he had some good playoff games in the Garden last year. People forget that the Pistons came in and they won game 2. They came in and they had some good games in that series in the Garden. But last night, without Duren, without Stewart, Cade almost took it upon himself to show you, we can still beat you because you can't stop me. And that is a Garden moment, putting up 42 on national TV on that stage and getting a dub. Yeah, that's a real thing. And that did happen last night.
Now, we want to hear from Mike Brown, but before we do that, there's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda.
Sure. Yep.
It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 2.5 S-Select Sport, all-wheel drive for $209 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN TM105852. MSRP $29,530. Zero security deposit ends 3/2/26. The third quarter, a problem for the Knicks. Mike Brown, what happened in that third?
Nobody wants to lose, and everybody's disappointed, and I'm sure everybody's trying to figure out how they could have played better to help the team win. So it's not a fun feeling. It shouldn't be a fun feeling for me or anybody else in that locker room, but for sure it's not the end of the world. We got to regroup, and we got to watch this film, see how we can get better, and then go get the next one.
Now, if you listened or watched Get Up, you would know that our partner here, Alan Hahn, had some choice words about Cat, and certainly not the greatest. Again, the stats were there, as usually what happens with Cat, right? The points were there, but not the performance you'd want, especially with their bigs out of the lineup. And Mike Brown, should Cat have gotten the ball more in the first half?
In the first half, they switch a lot, and so with Mitch, they're going to blitz or double team the ball. With Cat, they're going to switch, especially if they create separation. And so we tried running some of the same actions. They switched, and he didn't get as many good looks, as he did in the second half. We opened it up and tried to set the screen a little bit higher and a little bit quicker in that second half so we can get right to it, which freed him up at times.
But there were other things that bothered you about his performance, right, Alan?
Yeah. First and foremost, and Mike Brown's being very protective of his player, as he should. And I want to point out that, as I tried to point out, although no one seemed to hear that part of it this morning on Get Up, was he was having a great third quarter after an invisible first half. He came out third quarter. I think he put 12 points up in 5 minutes. He was different. He had a little more motivation, which is all right, well, where was that in the first quarter? But never mind. He was playing really well. So he did find it at some point, and then it got loose again. But in the first half, what I saw when he's talking about getting the matchups and the switches is they were switching the smaller player onto Cat, and he'd be on the post, and it's okay, we got a mismatch, get it down to him. And I didn't see a guy that wanted the basketball.
Now, how could that be?
He was getting rooted out because he does. Smaller players get under him, under his legs, and they root him out, and he doesn't like it, and he won't go. He won't ask for the ball. He would rather go on the perimeter and play like a forward rather than post up. Now, against bigs, he'll post up. But little guys that get under him, he just, whatever reason, that was working for Detroit, and you just didn't see Towns aggressively wanting the ball and taking on smaller players on the post-ups. that was something they had to adjust to in the second half. They got him on the perimeter second half. He was getting guys like Paul Reed and the Smith kid on him, and then he started driving the ball. So I don't know why, but it seemed like the mismatches that they could have taken advantage of, they didn't. And I would, like, you're as big as he is, how are you not demanding the ball there? How are you not? There's no shot blockers on the court. Why wouldn't you want the ball there? But it didn't look like in the first half he was being that aggressive seeking the basketball.
It's just very Don. I naturally laughed hearing Alan say as big as he is right now because Alan, you are gigantic.
Yeah, big head.
I mean, this is as I just put in the YouTube chat. I've always said that you're a huge star. Well,
somebody disconnected and reconnected.
So I got a big head. I know.
I made his head big. Oh, now he's back.
Right, because that's what it looks like without me doing something. Because Don was smaller, he was the one in the middle, and his. So every time you guys disconnect and reconnect,
I didn't do it.
It was me.
USA. We got a goal, boys.
Lillin. It was Lillin.
Lillin Darkin.
I didn't even turn the damn game on yet.
Let's go.
At the 4:19
You're at the hub
mark
there.
of the first period, they've gotten 4 of the first 6 shots on goal, U.S., and they're up 1-0 on Slovakia. But we've got that all figured out.
By the way, Donnie, the head coach of Slovakia, Vladimir Orsak, remember him?
No.
Yeah, played for the Islanders. Drafted him. I know,
yeah.
It's a strange bull.
Give me an Orsak.
My first season, I covered him. It was his last year as an Islander.
Oh, and a name drop. We got an I Drive a Dodge Stratus on top of a stranger pole.
Let's go. You want a trifecta? What's the trifecta now? If I said
blood in the ground.
No. Yeah, he was a 5th-round draft pick. There was some blood in the ground.
No, the hat trick would be you slept with him.
Okay,
God, no.
well that's that didn't happen.
Well, yeah, listen.
I've never heard that version of the hat trick.
I didn't need the story that bad, Donnie.
It's more than blood in the ground.
That's right.
We do things different here at Newsday.
Something else in there. All right.
No, I don't remember him.
Well, he was not memorable, but
wait, so
but
he's a Slovakian player who the Islanders drafted?
Yes, and he played. Did 7 years in the league.
Finnish player that.
Finnish player turned Slovakian coach.
Well, no. He was Slovakian.
Oh, you talk. Oh, I thought
Vladimir Orsak.
Okay, you talk. Okay, I got confused for a second. You're talking because the Finland coach was prominent in the game earlier today with the offside and everything else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
His hair was a wreck by the end of the game. I know you guys are probably paying attention to that. He was a mess.
No, this beard, everything. It was just
the whole thing. Yeah, but I mean, these guys, they must wear them out. Like it means so much.
No, of course it does, especially when you're up 2-0 late in the second period, thinking, "Hey, we're going to go to the gold medal game."
Can I say in every sport, it doesn't matter what the sport is, playing prevent, right? Holding the lead, protect the lead attitude.
Yeah,
does it ever work?
No.
Does it ever work?
No, it doesn't work ever. And then when you need it, like you need the goal, you can't ratchet it up again because it's been so long since you've done anything offensively, and that's a bad job because I never really, honestly, when Reinhart scored late in the second period, I knew that it was going to be really difficult for Finland to hold on. A whole period, they weren't going to give up a goal. So listen, they played well, but it didn't happen. Yeah. And it didn't happen for the Knicks last night either. You're just talking about Cat. Let's go to the Karl Anthony Towns. What changed for you in the second half?
Just trying to make a play, be aggressive with playmaking, and got a chance to get some shots up, and I wanted to capitalize on those opportunities. And I'm happy that I was able to hopefully give us a spark. Try to start the third quarter on a strong note. What I definitely was planning to, wanted to do, if I could control anything in the third, was get us off to a quick start. I'm happy that I was able to do that and find chances to, impede my will.
He did.
He seemed to think he did.
Yeah, but to start the third, there was a whole first half. He took 3 shots. You know what I mean? Like he played 10 minutes, I think, in the second quarter, and he didn't score until I think it was late. But that's the part that gets frustrating. And look, I want to be clear. I'm not lumping all this on him because, the Mikal Bridges had some moments where you're like, come on, dude, this is a physical game.
That's a problem too.
Yeah, like there was other areas. I'm not just pointing to him. The 3-point shooting was abysmal. OG Anunoby, you could tell, had a ton of rust. He could not make a 3. The guy before the injury was 22 of 44 from downtown. That's 50% to you and me, Peter. And that's good. And so he has to get his rhythm back, and he clearly didn't have it. And so that was bad. But Cat had these moments where you're just like, Bud, your team needs you, man. Like, this is one of those knuckle-up games against an opponent that you could tell has a disdain. And he had, so in that third quarter, as great as he played, then they're down 2. The Garden's rocking. They get a steal. Fast break. Cat's got the ball. The 7-footer is bringing the ball down the floor, and all of a sudden, it's like, Rucker Park off one leg, look away, lob pass to Anunoby, who's like, what was that? And OG couldn't make the play, couldn't make the layup, and because we didn't want to simplify, ball goes down the other way, bad transition defense, open 3, 5-point turnaround. And it just felt like that's as close as they were going to get right there.
And then
you had a chance to tie the game and put tons of pressure on this team and take the building back again. And instead, we tried to do too much flash instead of just dash.
I have one silver lining to this nightmare situation.
Okay.
From a fan standpoint, from a hardcore fan standpoint, obviously it's nerve-wracking and freaks you out about the future. From an objective basketball fan standpoint, it gives a great storyline to this team heading into the playoffs. Like, I'm always thinking about what the story.
I like that.
Now that the Knicks will have this sort of, because no matter what happens, wait, do they have one more?
No.
That's it.
They got swept 3 games.
So it's over.
Yeah.
So to now head into the playoffs, being absolutely dog-walked in the regular season by this team creates an awesome storyline that not only do you have to make it there, but likely would have to deal with them in the conference final. I'm sorry, it's a great story.
You're absolutely right, and I'll tell you what, and I know, Don, we got to go, so I'll tease this. There's something now that the Knicks cannot do by the end of this season. This is something they have to avoid at all costs. Otherwise, reaching the conference finals might not happen this year.
Well, that's a great tease. 1-800-919-3776. Line up the calls. How concerned or unconcerned are you by what happened last night at Madison Square Garden? At 4:30, Fraud Alert Friday. That's always fun on the last day of the week. 6 o'clock, ENN. We got a full vehicle today, boys. We're taking you right up till 7 o'clock. And Dan Grassa. And it's all happening here on Hahn Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
13th ranked St. John's goes for its 13th win in a row when they host Creighton at MSG. Coverage begins tomorrow at 11:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
DraftKings Sportsbook puts you right in the middle of basketball's biggest star-driven moments. Bet player props, bet live, and when a game turns fast, DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player gets injured anytime in the first half, your bet stays alive. And once it settles, you still get paid in cash. That's built-in protection for star-driven bets. Backed by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly with code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Hey, it's Michael K. I love when I get to talk about PC Richard & Son. This has been my go-to store for years now. They're local, they're family-owned, and they truly care about their customers. And you know, I love to support our local businesses. Always have, and you should too. During their President's Day sale, save big on appliances from all the top brands, up to 40% off. In fact, the more you buy, the more you save, with up to $1,000 in additional savings on qualifying appliances. So do what I do and get to PC Richard & Son today. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
March is here, and the madness is underway. Schweppes offers above-the-rim refreshment and is proud to sponsor the Big East Conference. Take a break from the action with a Schweppes Seltzer. Enjoy 7 refreshing flavors, such as black cherry, lemon lime, cranberry lime, and strawberry mango. Each Schweppes Seltzer flavor provides a perfect touch for any occasion. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783, and the perfect way to elevate your everyday refreshment. Stop by your local food bazaar to get your favorite Schweppes Seltzer for a slam dunk experience.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon and happy Friday, but not a happy ride over in Nassau County, Southern State westbound, right before Hempstead Avenue. Crash in the right lane. You're crawling there from the Meadowbrook. After that, looking pretty good westbound, heading over to the Belts and Cross Island in Queens. Long line of brake lights on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. Packed there from the Verrazano on through. All of your purchase the outbound George already solid. Worst of it, Cross Bronx westbound, not moving much from the Bruckner through to underneath the apartments. Inbound George, still have some road work on the upper deck, even with the weather. Going to cost you about 15 to 20 minutes. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride, about 15 to 20. Outbound Helena, run you 30 to 40. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-317-2277. That's 800-317-2277.
So the floor belongs to Alan Hahn because he had a hell of a tease at the end of the last segment.
Well, you said about, or Peter said, the great story, right?
Yes.
And that great story is these two teams meeting up now in the playoffs, and what a great storyline it would be, and I absolutely agree with you. The narratives are built during the regular season. The matchups are the ones that then you look forward to see what's true and what the team that maybe might be the underdog in that matchup, what they can do about it. But right now I want you to take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. Detroit now has got a pretty healthy lead. They're 5.5 games up on the Celtics. Now, the Celtics are in the second seed now. The Knicks have been in the second seed throughout most of the season up until recently. Boston's been on a surge. Boston's had a fairly easy schedule to start the year, but the Knicks have dropped to third. But they're not only just third, because they've been tied with Boston for the most part, but now they're a game and a half back of second. But wait, look down. The Cleveland Cavaliers have the same exact record all of a sudden in fourth. What you don't want to do, what you must avoid, what has to be part of the focus while they don't play Detroit the rest of this regular season, that has to be in their minds. Do not finish fourth. Why? because you'd have to play Detroit in the second round.
Right.
That's a mistake. That would be a fatal flaw because Detroit's going to play a play-in, bat-around opponent that they will easily beat in the first round. Then they will be, again, bloodthirsty in the second round if you get there too and they see you in the second round. Bloodthirsty. You might not. I don't think you survive that. So I give the Knicks better odds to beat Detroit in the conference finals than I would in the second round. Why I say that is because by the time you get to that round, for a lot of teams, especially young teams that haven't gone far in the playoffs, it's a different air, man. It gets thinner when you get to the conference finals. And they also could be more worn down. They play very hard. Whatever it is, a second-round series, you need to take a little piece out of that team so that by the time you get to a conference finals, you feel like whatever they had, that bravado, they're going to be tired. And maybe that's the better time to see them. Second round, though, that would be a major concern. So for the Knicks, second seed, third seed has to be. It's a must. You absolutely, positively have to avoid that fourth seed because that fourth seed sets up a potential second-round matchup with the team that can't wait to eliminate you.
You know, it's funny, Peter, for different reasons, but didn't we feel like last year, well, you're going to play the Celtics in the conference final? Mm-hmm. And then it was like, oh, my God, we're going to play the Celtics in the second round. And it ended up not mattering. And I think that's what a lot of Knicks fans are kind of falling back on. It's like, well, look what happened last year. It didn't matter. We were all concerned playing Boston in the second round instead of the conference final. We beat them anyway.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. Thank you. And we will always look back. Michael brought it up earlier today. I always bring it up as my go-to. The 1988 Mets. They played the Dodgers, I think it was 11 times because one of the games was rained out and they didn't make it up. And the Mets beat them 10 of 11 times. That was back when you actually had 2 West Coast trips when you were in baseball. And when they played them in the League Championship Series, a fait accompli. They beat the Dodgers 10 out of 11 times. Of course they're going to beat them. And then they lost in 7. And you could give countless examples of teams that owned a team in the regular season and in the postseason it's a different animal. Mm-hmm. But we remember those times. What we don't remember is all the other times, the majority of the times, that the matchup stinks. It stunk in the regular season. It's going to stink in the postseason. So stop thinking about last year. Different year, different team, different set of circumstances. Don't always think that well is always going to be overflowing with water all the time. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, it happened last year, and it's happened occasionally in sports. But even in the Celtics series last year during the regular season, there was a game that went to overtime. I think they won like 5 of the 17 quarters, counting overtime. They were outscored in every quarter that they played against the Pistons. They were more dominated by the Pistons than they were dominated by the Celtics last year, correct?
Yes. Yes. Oh, my God, yes.
So
minus 84 in 3 games, Don.
That's not – I mean – and don't tell me the Knicks don't care. Now, did the Pistons care more because, they got a chip on their shoulder? They're not New York. They don't play at the Garden. Not everybody believes in them. But did the Knicks accomplish anything yet that they could walk around saying we don't need these games? You just said you've got the Cavaliers who just acquired Harden crawling up your back for third place. How would that look going? Never mind the matchup and having to play Detroit in the second. Like, how would that look in a year where you're favored to win the East, you finish in 4th?
Right. Not good.
Yeah,
it's not.
And behind the Celtics, it's nasty.
Behind the Celtics without Tatum.
But that's and that I think last night was an example of why there is this lack of trust in the Knicks as a true contender. Because, and Jalen Brunson even said it, like how there are times where we look really good. The problem is we don't do it consistently enough, and that's a problem. And he admits it. Whether it's defensively, whether it's the ability to use the 3 as a weapon, because when they can't make threes, it looks like they can't win. And we've talked about this all season. There's a weird corporate feel about the way they approach things now, as if they're never going to show emotion. They're never going to be aggressive and be in your face. there's something about this team that's lacking that toughness. We've talked about it many times. And it's not just a physical toughness, right? It's a mental toughness. It's a relentlessness that was a staple of this group the last couple of seasons. And that, I don't know where it went. I don't get it.
How dare they turn it on and off? Who the hell are they? Like, honestly, all right, the Celtics last year, well, you know what? You deserve it. You won the title the year before. I mean, there's some teams. It's a great line that I steal from Peter all the time, and I try to give you credit when I can, Peter.
Well, you don't have to every time.
But I try. But I don't every time. Play with their food. I told it to Danico. He laughed out loud. He's like, I love that line. And I had to give credit to Peter because I couldn't live with myself. Is that
I don't think.
But there are certain teams that can play with their food. The Florida Panthers can play with their food.
Yeah,
won back-to-back cups, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, the Patrick Mahomes Chiefs could play with their food and constantly not cover and drive Peter and I crazy when we make our picks. How dare the Knicks play with their food?
Yeah.
What the hell have you accomplished that you could do that?
Yep, it's true.
What one conference final appearance in a quarter century?
But
and now you're flexing?
See, Don, the problem is I don't see it as a collective issue. Jalen Brunson played his ass off last night with two defenders on him,
right?
And he sees Cade taking over the stage, and Jalen just all of a sudden is like, no, and he got to 30-something points.
Yeah.
So like he's not there. I wouldn't put him in that place. I wouldn't put Josh Hart in that place.
No,
as the guys come off the bench, they're trying hard. Like they're not
collectively
Cadillacing, but it's again, Towns has not had a good year. He just hasn't been the same guy. And I heard a guy ask him last night in the locker room. One of the reporters said to him, is it still a work in progress with Mike Brown in this system? And I'm like,
come on,
we're at game 50. What are we at? Right, game 56. This better not be. After a while, it's no longer a work in progress. Now it's just not working.
Yeah,
at some point, you can't just keep asking. You're still trying to figure it out. Stop doing that. I saw Mikal Bridges in a very physical game shy away from contact. Ugh. I saw him get bumped and not like it and fade away. And these are things that you're looking at going, man, this is a different kind of game. You got to bring it. I'll give OG Anunoby a pass on last night because I trust that dude. When he's right, he plays hard and he plays nasty. And you could tell the toe and rust, there's enough there. I'm going to give him a pass. I'm going to give him a pass about poor shooting night and that he really did struggle defending Cade. But, 2 of your 5 starters have got to understand that in some games you're playing an opponent that is going to want to. It's going to be man-to-man combat, and you got to be ready. You got to bring it, and I did not see it consistently enough from some of those guys. And that's why I don't think it's we're so good we can just lay back. I think there's something else there that's missing, and it's very noticeable.
Well,
and that's the concern about the playoffs, too.
You wish it was kind of just looking past or reading your own press clippings. You can change that. That's a conversation.
Yep.
But if there's other issues, then that's more difficult to correct.
And you won't know exactly what it is until we're in a series with them.
Right. And
you're going to have to figure it out over the course of 7 games.
Yeah, and that was the only the 8th loss at home for the Knicks so far this year. But the Pistons have shown you, even in the playoffs last year, they're not scared of the Garden.
No, that's true.
They're not scared.
They have no problem coming to the Garden and playing. 1-800-919-3776. Let's start off the phones with old friend Spike in St. Pete. You're on ESPN.
There he
is.
What's
up, Spike?
Well, first of all, I love Alan Hahn because everything I was going to say, you said. And I'm going to give you a real 10-second how I go about it. I talked to both of my boys, and I talked to my best friend prior to the game. And I said when they played the Pacers and Vickers Zubac was sitting on the bench, they should have gone at him. I said, now you got the same situation, different circumstances, no injury with Paul Reed. And they got to do some pick and roll. Now, I know Cat's shot isn't there anymore. He's off 8.5% this year.
Yeah.
I know his shot isn't there, which kind of compromises the pick and roll a little bit. But you got to get the ball to your second-best scorer at some point. That's on the coach. That's on the coach. I think the coach is a little tepid in these situations. And JB, although he got 30-something points, a lot of that was piling on at the end. And there's something about Mikal Bridges. I've told you this, Alan, every correspondence I have with you, every call I make to every show. He shies away from contact. That's why he's played 900 games in a row or something. That's why the fadeaway jump shot's there. He's often 6'6", 6'7", guarding a guy the same size and 20 pounds heavier. He disappears. He melts. He melts when there's contact. That's not a good sign. I said the same thing prior to the game to my oldest boy. I said, I don't know why they're playing Anunoby. I didn't like the way he was moving at the beginning. He was hesitant, and the toe, that must hurt like hell when your big toenail comes off.
The whole nail. The whole nail, man.
The whole nail,
okay. That hurts.
All right. So
but OG's got to play. I'll say this, though. Spike, you're right on a lot of things you said there, but OG... he misses 3 more games. He's not eligible for postseason awards. He wants acknowledgement for his defense, and all defense is something that he wants. He's going to play as much as he can.
Okay, but the objective, I understand you. I respect everything you do. But on this, I'm going to give you some blowback. I don't give a dong about these awards. Nikola Jokic came back just in time to get 65 games in for another MVP. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard about. Adam Silver is no David Stern. That's for sure. Adam Silver is a player's commissioner. Last thought on this game, and this is what bothers me. First of all, Cade Cunningham may be the best guard in the East. I don't even think it's close at this point. He's got the size. I said before the game, I hope my big crap and I'm wrong again. I said, you never let him take a shot, but I wouldn't worry too much. He's a 33% shooter, and what did he make, 4 out of 5 or 4 out of 6 last night from 3?
He made 5 out of 11.
Wow.
Okay, here's the differential. The Knicks shot 23%, I'm guessing, and they must have shot 45%.
Yeah.
Now, if they both took 10 of them, I wouldn't give a crap. But if they took 30 or 35 each, there's the difference. They manhandled the Knicks last night. But here's the caveat. Off-string Kenny Atkinson is going to finish and knock off the Pistons, because I think the Pistons, they've got terrific defense. They got the best player perhaps in the conference, but they don't have the experience. And Kenny's a master. Kenny Atkinson got burned in his rear end last year with those injuries. And I'll never figure out why they let go DeAndre Hunter. But Harden will get them to the second round, and then he'll melt.
All right. Spike coming in hot today.
He was scorching.
He does his homework, and he knows for sure. But and the other thing too with the threes, because that's the other thing I heard a lot today was, if they made their threes, they'd be in good shape. Well, that's the NBA, isn't it?
Yeah, they were 1 for 13.
You make your threes, you win. You don't make your threes, you lose. That's the way
that's the way
all these games end up
It's
going.
so true, and to figure out when they make them and when they don't, and why they make them when they do. Like the problem I have with that is, in the playoffs, what do you do if tonight we're just not making them? What do you do? We lost because we just didn't make our third. No. Find another way.
Find another way to get some points. But some of these teams, they don't have another way. But you got to find it, because it does have a tendency to disappear on you. You just can't take the L all the time when it's not falling.
Right.
1-800-919-3776. Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30. ENN at 6. Full vehicle till 7. Then it's Dan Graca on ESPN New York.
This February at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, love is in the air with our $100,000 Roll into Romance drawing. Be here on Fridays in February from 3 to 7 p.m. when each hour one lucky guest is drawn to roll the dice for a shot at winning up to $5,000. Earn entry starting at 2 p.m. Club members can earn up to 5 times entry multipliers at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too. Someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Plus, free home delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 2.5 S Select all-wheel drive for $219 for 33 months. Or buy with 1.9% APR financing for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN TN466016. MSRP $32,010. Zero security deposit. APR $28.60 per month for $1,000 financed. Ends 3/2/26.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
Doesn't get any more New York than this. Wild Turkey Bourbon is giving you the chance to score the ultimate New York game day. One lucky winner scores a pair of tickets to opening day in the Bronx and New York Knicks tickets, both on Friday, April 3rd. 2 games, one epic day, no compromises. To enter, find the contest tile on the ESPN New York app and submit your entry. Or sign up in person at select Wild Turkey events happening around the city. Brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Must be 21 or over. Enjoy Wild Turkey responsibly. Congratulations to our boy, Griffin in Connecticut. He had called up after you left, Alan, yesterday for the Knicks.
Okay.
And he said that he expects in the Team USA game against Slovakia that Brock Nelson and Tage Thompson would score. Well, Nelly hasn't scored yet, but Tage Thompson scores on the power play late in the first period, and the USA takes a 2-0 lead into the dressing room against Slovakia after 1.
Whoopie-doo!
So hopefully Griff bet Tage Thompson anytime goal scorer.
Long Island zone, baby.
Now, we didn't get any drops from Griffin's call yesterday? Because it was pretty incredible, Alan. I asked, essentially, Griff, if he'd consider watching in the nude, and he did say if it gets hot and the game's intense, he will take his shirt off. That did happen yesterday.
All right, the shirt.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I didn't expect
partial nudity.
Yeah, we just didn't expect it. We ended up playing Raise It Up by P.D. Pablo. Take your shirt off, wave it like a helicopter. You know what I mean? That's kind of the zone we were in with the Grifster yesterday. It was not what I – and then Don took it a step further and basically asked Griffin to send nudes and said, if you do that, we would like to see video. So –
No.
I never said I wanted to –
what's the drop? No.
He's saying –
No.
Because Michael had this thing about when a game is close or it's an amazing game that he likes to watch naked, which I think is the stupidest thing.
It's odd.
I don't understand it.
So that's where Peter was going with. And Griffin said that when the game gets tense, he gets hot and he takes his shirt off. So I wanted to know if, in a big moment, would he celebrate the way Gronk did after the Super Bowl? Remember when he took his shirt off and was on the dance floor at the disco in the celebration and twirling the shirt? I said, would you do that in a big moment? He said he would. I'm like, well, please send video if you do that.
I mean, it's close enough.
No, but I didn't say I wanted nudes. I would like to see him.
Well.
Yeah, and he called him Trey Thompson instead of Tage Thompson, but I still think he deserves.
Maybe he'll get
well, that was a drop too, because then Don must have said Tage 3 times, and every time Griff's like Trey, and he's like Tage.
No, it's
forgot
all right.
about.
Well, if he hits a hat trick, we'll call him Trey.
Also, I tell me something, Alan. Tell me nothing ages Don more. I mean, it ages him a legit 20 years.
Oh my God!
When he refers to a club as a disco. I mean, it's Don. It's like your parents are taking over the microphone when you say disco.
That was strategic.
Don's doing the hustle.
That was strategic because a grown ass man like Gronkowski taking his shirt off and twirling in the air is very disco.
Well, that's true, but
that's where I was going. So, that was a club, but dance club became disco.
I think Don, if Don were traveling, he'd get to town and be like, "Hey, where is the discotheque? I want to find the discotheque tonight."
Don't they ask discotheque?
La discoteca.
All right, let's go to James. He's in Charlotte. You're on ESPN New York. Hi, James.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good.
I kind of want to try to quell some of these Knicks fans.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying we don't have anything to worry about. I'm not saying that. I said I think what the difference between the 90s Knicks and this Knicks is the 90s Knicks were dogs on defense and were searching for offensive punch.
Yes.
And I think we're the opposite. I think we're pretty fluent on offense, but we need some more dogs on defense. And I think we need to give Mike Brown a chance to get Alvarado in there and Shohan, Alvarado, Mitchell Robinson, and Shamet off the bench. All those guys play really hard. Like Alan said a little while ago, they're very corporate. Like, I'm not saying that Brunson is judge, but he has that corporate, I'm focused on the game,
sure
play great, but I'm
absolutely.
not a super emotional guy.
Yeah, that's very good, James. Yeah, perfect comp.
Right. So I think when we give Mike Brown a chance to get Alvarado in there and Shohan in there, and we get a little more aggressive, I think it'll work better. And I'm not saying that Detroit is not a problem, but I think we could calm down a little bit, give them a couple of more weeks, whatever little bit of weeks we got left. But what I will say is, Karl Anthony Towns makes me nervous. He really does, because you never know what you're going to get out of that guy. He's so talented, but it just seems like he never turns it. Like him and Bridges, if you push him too much, it's like they don't want to play. Well, Bridges doesn't want to play, and Towns just gets soft and just starts crying to the referee. And it seems like it affects him on the other end on defense, and it almost seems like the team doesn't want to give him the ball because he doesn't try hard.
But you just hit on something, James, I wanted to get to earlier in the show, and thanks for the phone call, is the complaining to the officials. Randall used to do it, and the Knicks wouldn't get calls. Now Cat's doing it. Come on, man.
You know
I understand that it's a whiny league. I get that, but isn't he a little over the top, Alan?
What I saw yesterday that I said, okay, it's gone too far, because you're right. Like, Brunson does it in conversation. Like, he'll get mad at a ref. He'll stare down the ref. But then he goes over and chats with them. Cat really is demonstrative with it, right? Very demonstrative. But when I saw Mitchell Robinson put up get a rebound, put it back, and then turn to a ref and put his arms up, that's when I'm like, all right, now we've gone too far. The guy that never wants to go to the free throw line is now mad that he didn't get a foul. Like, that's enough.
Go a little too far.
We don't need that. Like, we don't. But it does. It is, to me, something that becomes contagious. Where if you see some teammates doing it, now everybody else starts to do it. Now you're so hyper focused on whether I'm going to get the call or not, rather than, man, just play, man. Just like, there's something, like I said, there's just something about this group right now that I think it's neck up. I really do. It's neck up.
Get your act together, because, like Alan said, at the end of this gauntlet, which has 9 games left, it gets a lot easier, and they should be able to win Saturday. They play in Chicago. Chicago and Milwaukee were the two, I think, layups.
Saturday's the Rockets.
So where's
Houston.
Oh, okay. So that's
home
tough.
Against the Rockets on Saturday. That's national game.
When's the Bulls?
Bulls is Sunday night at Chicago. It starts 3 games in the in the Midwest.
Yeah, so you get the layup against Chicago, but it's also the second of back-to-backs.
That's right. And 3 and 4. Which, thank you, NBA.
But looking at that 10 games, I said there's Milwaukee and there's Chicago. But otherwise, a lot of tough games, especially the start of a Western swing at the end of the 10 games. So. Right. Monica said she'd take 5 and 5, which now is 5 and 4 because you've lost the first game of the 10 to be able to try to get to 5 and 5. But if it is right, we've got to get the chemistry with the new player. Then what are you going to go 3 and 7 in this? Now again, they'll get off the mat because I think the final 17 are fairly easy, but you don't finishing under 500 in these 10. I think that you'll definitely fall to 4th.
Yes.
And then you're going to be in must-win territory the final month of the season.
And Donnie, a legit team doesn't do 5 and 5 against good teams, right? Like, that's not what you do.
I was surprised she settled for that, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean,
I don't know if she was being honest. I'm just saying.
She was being honest. I think it also just shows you that there is this. Look. The Knicks beat bad teams. They're 19 and 6 against bad teams. The problem is they're 1 game over 500 against winning teams. They're 16 and 15.
Oh, you got a game Sunday when we're going to get 1,900 feet of snow?
Yeah, and it's studio. I'm not in Chicago. I'm not going to be on the road on this one.
You know what? You know what I would do, Peter, if I were Alan? On my own dime, I'd fly to Chicago. Say, I'm good. I'm going to go to Chicago.
But how am I getting home?
Well,
You'll go home with the team.
Well, but what job are you
said
doing
on my own dime.
But what job are you
doing?
Well,
get there on your own dime.
Oh, go and then just ask the team for a lift back?
But what are you doing Sunday?
Well, I'm supposed to have get up Monday morning.
So then you can't.
Yeah.
They'll come, I don't know, charters just find an easier way to get back than the commercial.
Just so the audience knows, too, while we, of course, Tyler and Monica are a fantastic listen on the ESPN MSG radio network.
Some would say like you dream about.
I will be on the national call for ESPN Radio with Mark Kestisher.
Oh,
whoa!
Another day with Kesty?
Yeah, another game with Kesty.
That's clean living, man.
He said he'd have me back, so I'm like, oh, let's do it.
This is when's that game?
Saturday night.
Knicks Saturday night national call.
Yes, sir.
Sunday MSG studio duty.
MSG proper, right? Yeah.
On MSG proper, followed by a Monday get up vehicle.
Yes.
Alan, it's
scheduled for Monday.
A lot.
You know what they're saying? You know what they're saying? It's Hahn season. That's what they're saying.
Oh, hamster wheel, baby.
More of your calls coming up. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? Well, from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Which winter event do you have a good feeling about? Figure skating, bobsled, skiing, snowboarding, curling matches that start slow and somehow get tense fast? Speed skating decided by inches, hockey games that just feel different from the opening face-off to final horn, and so much more. Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? Well, from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, play your game. 21 plus and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys,
it's time.
There's just one local in action tonight.
Who's that?
Nets visit the Thunder at 8.
Oh,
all right,
boy.
It's the second of back-to-backs in OKC. I got to know what that number is.
What is that?
Is
what
it-
would you say? Give me. So
20?
Nets are on the back-to-back.
No, not 20.
You know, it's got to be. It's going to be like I'd
called
say
17 and a half.
You think that much? I was going to go about.
I nailed it. 17 and a half on the nose.
That's still pretty significant. But yeah, it's the second of back-to-backs, a team that's not trying.
You're taking that.
Against one of the best teams in the NBA on their court.
Wow.
That's rough.
It's hefty.
Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. We got Eli Manning's sound we're going to get to a little bit later on. He was on with DNR this morning. DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I heard.
So I caught the tail end of it. So I basically just got their reaction to the interview. Yeah, there was some cleanup after that one.
What, I'm sorry.
They were excited to have him. I'll leave it at that.
Oh,
the toweling off. Remember,
toweling
Peter?
off.
Oh, I remember. I know what you're talking about.
So the old Michael K. toweling off.
Oh,
but
wow.
So we're going to have some of the sound, some interesting things about Jackson Dart. And so we'll hear from Eli coming up a little bit later on. And we've also got Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30. So line up those emails and those calls. Should be fun. to do that. Let's go back to the busy calls at 1-800-919-3776. Let's go to Darren in Belleville. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
What's up?
All right. I'm going to sound extra. I'm trying to be calm, but I don't care. Karl Anthony Towns needs to go, man. I'm tired of looking at him in the Knicks jersey. He is just absolutely, completely soft mentally, physically. I mean, there's times when the coach can't even have him on the court, or he's, complaining about fouls. I don't know if Giannis is going to be the trade target, but to me, I already know how this story is going to end in the playoffs. After that, they got to move on from him in the offseason. He can't come back to start the next season.
Well, is there a world, guys, in which he's gone and Giannis isn't here?
I don't see it. I mean, look, there is going to be a decision to be made about his future in New York, just regardless of trade, because he is going to be eligible for an extension. He actually already is. They passed on giving him one. I don't know if that's part of what's going on this year, but that was there. He could have gotten an extension. They didn't do it. This offseason, they still could do it. He does have a player option coming up that's like a very, very high number. I think it's pushing 60, if not over 60, for a year. So there's going to be a lot of decisions for them to make when it comes to his future here and whether or not they want to invest in that. And you saw Jalen Brunson already made it clear in the Vanity Fair profile that was done on him that, all right, I gave back the first time around in a contract extension. I would hope they would now pay me full value because I gave back the first time. So Brunson's already made that clear. So there's going to be a tough decision to make with Karl Anthony Towns' future very soon.
How do we feel about those comments from Brunson?
I didn't love the timing.
The timing wasn't good. And also, listen, you get a lot of credit for taking the discount, so there's more money to bring in for other players and all that. And he came
just so
across,
everybody knows, the discount allowed them to make the move for Bridges and to make the move for Towns.
Now, but he came across as a hero for doing that.
Yes.
But some of that hero gets taken away a little bit when now you're saying, well, I'm going to want it back. It's like, so your generosity was kind of delayed, right? Like, I gave you the but I expect it back. So were you being charitable, or was it a kind of a loan that you gave? I didn't love the timing, and also kind of, I don't want to take it completely away because it was still cool for him to do that. And as you said, they were able, even though I think a lot of people are down on Cat and also Bridges, but still, it put them in a situation where they were able to go to the conference final last year and be a contending team. But he could also put them in a really difficult spot later on. So it's, what I'm saying, Peter? It's like it's giving back all the credibility you gain from that. Well, it comes across more as a loan than a charitable experience.
Well, that's why I think the timing and the saying it out loud is sort of unnecessary. I don't know what the – listen, as someone who sometimes speaks my mind too much, I certainly can't begrudge him. I get it. But what's the upside of saying it? Don't we know what he hopes happens as a result of what he did? You get so much more credit by not saying it and allowing it to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And behind closed doors, you can tell them, hey, guys, take care of me.
He has no reason not to trust the people because these are
none.
This is family. He did leave a ton of money on the table. We've all talked about that. The timing, though, right now isn't great because we know how they are. They're pennies away from. Although they've actually opened up a little more space, but they are right up against the second apron, which we all hate. And I think, though, he's talking about saying that when you're asked the question about, hey, you gave back and all that stuff, and are you expecting the next time around that they'll do right by you? And he said, yeah, we expect that, right? We'd love for them to do right by me, is the exact word. So it's not that he said, I want this or I demand this. He's saying, I'd love for that.
Yeah.
So, I still think the timing's not great because it gets everybody now, turning it into – and again, Jalen's been so good at controlling his own narrative, and he's been really good about – just like Judge, very judgian with careful with his words.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one thing that can be used against him, and I hate this because you know it. Words will be used against you. And then it becomes an undersized 30-year-old guard wants to get, $250 million. And it's like, what's he done here? What has he done? I've tried to say this yesterday. These are the glory days, guys. And he's the center of it. So right. I don't love the timing, though. But he didn't say I will or I demand or I want or they better. He just said, yeah, I'd love it. I'd love for them to do right by me.
And we'll see if that's going to happen. But it definitely came across like he left money on the table, but he plans on going back to that table and hoping the money.
Yeah, I'll be at the table, and I'd like to get the money that I'm owed.
He'll be extension eligible. Yeah, absolutely. And if they trade for Giannis, guess who's going to also want done right by him?
Well, yeah.
Giannis.
And then
no, that's not Giannis's way.
No.
That's not Giannis's
He wants to be in New York just for the fun. Isaiah's in Brooklyn. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, baby?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Guys, I have a burning question.
Yeah.
So, actually, Rosenberg, I met you a few years ago at Summer Jam. Congratulations again. I love the show. But I had a Baltimore Orioles jersey on.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, I love your jersey. I don't know if you remember that. It was a few years back. But anyways,
like it was
my question is this. So the Knicks are the Knicks. And is this an all-star hangover? And in all actuality, who do we really want to play? Because I don't really want to see James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. So I just want to know, maybe this is just a get-back game. Even after the Spurs game, when we won the tournament, we barely beat the Pacers. The Knicks are victims of their own stage. So I think that they play up to it, and when they have that break and they're getting all the Instagram posts and all of that, they just play terrible right after. So them winning the All-Star shootout with Allen Houston, is this a victim of their own success, or should we really be worried?
Man, Isaiah's really putting a lot of thought into this.
Yeah, listen.
I think it's just simply a bad matchup for them that they still just cannot get themselves to the level of compete that they have to be consistently. It's as simple as that. I don't want to overthink this. They did not play well. And it started with the three-point shooting, and it ended with the other team's star having an epic game. That's, if you want to just, if you take the name of the opponent away and just it's a team versus team, that's what the game was. But we all know there's more things that lead into matchups like this when you're like, hey, they just smoked you the first two times. Here's the last time you're going to see them, and you're well-rested because it came right out of the break. And, I had some people telling me last night, one team looked like they were in the gym all-star break, and the other team looked like they just got off the beach.
And
so that's all it is.
But it's made up stuff. The NBA Cup, literally, it was just you and the Spurs playing that many games, right? So 90% of the league didn't have to worry about that, and so they were able to take advantage of that. But everybody had off, all right? And so the Pistons had off just like the Knicks did. And I don't think anything that happened at the All-Star game gave them a big head. I mean, who cares about that?
We won
sit there and have
stars, and we won the NBA Cup. We can relax for a while, boys.
Yeah, everyone was showing us love. We were so popular.
No, I just think it was just, again, it's how hard that team plays. It is not something some players on the Knicks enjoy experiencing. They they have some guys that don't want to play prison rules basketball. Don't like it.
I live for prison rules.
I bet you do.
So it's my kind of game.
But that's the playoffs. They'll be ready then. But, tasked to be ready the first game out of the All-Star break against the team that's owned you and then get owned again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you to, because we play the cut from Stephen A. Smith. He already thinks the Eastern Conference is cooked.
I started the season off saying that the New York Knicks was going to the NBA Finals. It's over. They ain't going to no damn finals. To New York fans out there everywhere, to Spike Lee, to Monica McNutt, to Alan Hahn, to Chris Rock, to Tracy Morgan, Fat Joe, all you. It's over. It's over. They ain't going to no damn finals because they ain't good enough.
You know what? I take exception to so many things he said, but I'll let you handle the basketball aspect of it, Alan. But please let me have this. To lump you and Monica in with, like, the fans, that's not right. Now, you grew up a Knicks fan, but, I mean, come on. You guys
They're close to the team. That's all he means.
No, but don't lump him in with Fat Joe and Spike Lee. And who else did get thrown in there? There was Chris Rock. Come on, man.
I just love the fact
Alan Hahn and Monica McNutt are working slobs. They're doing their job.
Am I wrong to say that actually that I kind of like the fact that he included me in it?
That is
Monica's become a big star. Like, she's a big star.
I know, she means something.
Putting me in among those people,
a yo-yo
like
Alan Hahn.
I think, hey, thanks for that, man. Thanks for putting me in
that.
Yeah,
Don, I think you're wet on this one.
One of these things is not like the other.
No, Alan got a shout out in the big spot.
You kidding me?
I'm not telling Alan how to think. I'm not telling Alan how to feel. All right, but I think both could be true. He could take pride in the fact he got thrown in with some very, very important people, but it's not about star power. It's just the way Monica McNutt and Alan Hahn, they're working. They're not rooting for the team. They're not Knicks fans when they're doing their job.
We're broadcasters. We
You're
just happen to be around the team almost pretty much every game.
Bet your ace.
But he gets lumped in with Fat Joe and Chris Rock and Spike Lee, who are fans.
I firmly believe Alan can get up from this. I think he's.
He can get up from anything, but I
might want to cuddle with it.
Well,
and not only that,
I don't
how
want
about
to
this?
get up.
I agree with every word Steven said. Everything, including he has at this point. You may disagree with him. You really don't have a major leg to stand on. Saying you've seen enough of how they've competed in big spots and going, I'm not buying it. Sorry,
Peter, you're right.
Sorry.
Sometimes you go, Stephen A's being performative. Sometimes you go, all right, he's just going to that extra level to generate.
Now, that was reasonable
to me. What he's saying is not only prove me wrong, right? That's number one. Show me where I'm wrong. But number two, what he's also doing, which I think now needs to be done, which is why, again, Monica and I were on Get Up this morning. We weren't soft on the team because, we are on the broadcast. No. We got to call it as we see it. And to me, the Knicks as a team, as a collective, need to hear this. Nobody believes in you. Nobody trusts you. More than half the season has gone by. Almost a quarter is left. I think we've done 2/3 already. Nobody believes that you can do it. They need to know that. And I actually think it's better to be in that place of no one believes you can do it, because I don't think they handled well the everybody thinks you're going to do it.
No, you're right. But I think the problem I have with it, and the reason I played it, was because I don't want yesterday to be this black hole, like this defining moment that now it's over. Like, that's the problem I had with Stephen A. If he had been saying that leading up to that game, now he was telling about how now is the opportunity, blah, 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 but you can't now one game say, all right, that's it. If you were saying for the last week, that's it, this can maybe confirm it for you.
Well, didn't
but you
he say
can't
that,
base
though,
it
Don?
off of last night.
To be fair, I thought Stephen A. said yesterday, if they don't win this game, that I'm out, right? Didn't he say?
And what did we say? That it was ridiculous. How can you put it all on just one game? Stupid. Now because they lose the game, now he's right?
Well, he's being not that he's right. He's being consistent, though. And I said, prove him wrong.
We said yesterday.
And I'm being consistent in ripping into him for having it be over and making this one game, which he did before the game and now confirming after, as being the reason.
Right, I get it.
But we did say, we literally said, if in this game OG plays and they still get the door blown off the hinges, it's a problem.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
There's a difference between saying it's a problem and they ain't going to no damn finals.
But listen, for there's a reason Stephen A. Smith could buy all of us and sell us. Okay.
Well, no,
it's because he's good at making hyperbolic points. But this is a reasonable hyperbolic point to make.
It's not. I don't think it's hyperbole. It's probably closer to accurate. But
that's what I'm saying. So it's hard to
I
really.
think he firmly believes it.
But
like you watch that game, you go, "We got no shot. What are we doing?"
But I just can't. I can't talk in those types of absolutes on February 20th when there's still 26 games left to be played.
Well, but you know what your eyes tell you, right?
It's a concern.
Your eyes tell you that this isn't right. Now, again, the Indiana Pacers last year were also at a place that nobody expected anything of them, but they clicked and got it right by the end of the season and went on a run. Went on a toot, like Don LaGreca would say, and found themselves in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. So there's always that thing that can turn.
Sure.
And where I think all season we've seen moments where we thought it turned. Again, winning the NBA Cup, responding to an 11-game stretch where they lost 9 by winning 10 of the next 12. Like, you keep thinking to yourself, all right, did they get it? Has the defense really gotten back? Have they figured it out? And then they'll have a game like last night, and you go, okay, no, it's not.
No,
That's why
it.
I think Saturday night's a big game. I think all these games, the response stuff from this team,
of course,
constantly demanding they respond because the trust in them is very, very thin.
But it is interesting where is it that crazy to think that maybe they don't have to face the Pistons? Maybe the Cavs knock the Pistons off.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot that can happen.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going. If this was the last game of the regular season, and the next series is having to play the Pistons, then you could say, "I ain't going to no damn final again. I got to beat the Pistons." Right. They might not even have to face the Pistons.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, Peter. That's why he's so good, and we get paid to give our opinions. And I'm not saying he doesn't have that opinion, but we were getting on him yesterday for making it so absolute. I'm being consistent to say I don't think you can talk in absolutes based on 3 games, and the last one being on February 19th, and there's still 26 games left to be played, and you're not even guaranteed to have to face the Pistons. You know, so there's a lot that can happen. I think buying into what happened last year and sticking your chest out is foolish. That's working the wrong way the other way.
Agreed.
But going Stevens' way, well, now it's over. Well, I can't go that far either. And I'm sorry, I know the middle of the road is boring, but it's also the reality that there's still a lot of basketball. Let me say it right. There's still a lot of damn basketball to be played.
And you're right, but the truth
is... This team could still win.
And you're right. And you're right, but at a certain point as fans, if someone says to you, hey, you're forced to make a call here, which is essentially what his job is. Stephen, this is not a 4-hour talk show to pontificate on the details of the team. The job is give us the thought right now, yes or no. It is completely reasonable to say no, absolutely not.
Listen,
this team ain't going anywhere.
Then I'm going about it the wrong way. I am right now because it's time. I just turned 58 years old.
Yep.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
It's time. I am now forever moving forward on the show talking in absolutes.
You should.
In absolutes.
You'll get a lot more headlines. I guarantee it.
Well, I mean, Don's done his share of headlines without even having
True,
to
but he'll get even more. Don't discourage this.
Right.
Who needs nuance? This one
I know
doesn't
what's
want
happening.
Like nuance.
You know what? Ain't no damn ENN coming up next.
No.
Ain't no damn Grassa coming up next. Coming up next is Fraud Friday.
Oh,
That's right.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Lock it.
You want it.
Book it. Fraud Friday next. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
17th-ranked St. John's goes for its 13th win in a row when they host Creighton at MSG. Coverage begins tomorrow at 11:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
March is here and the madness is underway. Schweppes offers above-the-rim refreshment and is proud to sponsor the Big East Conference. Take a break from the action with a Schweppes seltzer. Enjoy 7 refreshing flavors such as black cherry, lemon lime, cranberry lime, and strawberry mango. Each Schweppes seltzer flavor provides a perfect touch for any occasion. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783 and the perfect way to elevate your everyday refreshment. Stop by your local food bazaar to get your favorite Schweppes seltzer for a slam dunk experience.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See optimum.com for details.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We've got a bad ride in Staten Island, West Shore northbound, heading over to the Staten Island Expressway. Big crash involving a car fire over by Glen Street and Curry Avenue. Only the left lane is squeezing by. You're at a standstill from Victory Boulevard. Southbound said just packed with everybody stopping to take a look. Delays go back onto the westbound Staten Island Expressway from the Verrazano on through. Heading over to the outbound George, only easy way to do it, Henry Hudson. Second choice southbound Deegan, some pockets of slowdowns from the Mosholu on down. Inbound George about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 20 to 30. Outbound Hahn already about 40 minutes. We had an earlier stall in the tube. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
So, should we split the bill?
But math is the worst.
Not all math, because with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games, you can multiply your winnings up to 200 times.
Wait, multiply my winnings?
Yeah, you take your winnings, then multiply those winnings up to 200 times.
So all of my winnings times 200?
Yeah, that.
Oh. I've always said math's the best.
Play for chances to multiply your winnings 30, 50, up to 200 times. Prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
If you're tired of hearing scary ads about the IRS, Tax Relief Advocates wants you to know you don't have to be afraid. No matter what challenging life situation you're facing while owing 10 or even hundreds of thousands in back taxes to the IRS, we have a solution. TRA has already negotiated over $1.5 billion in taxes owed by over 180,000 struggling taxpayers since 2017, earning over 1,000 5-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Generous tax debt forgiveness programs are currently available that can end your tax nightmare and may reduce or eliminate what you owe the IRS. If you're facing collections or an audit, don't lose hope. Act now to check what tax relief you may qualify for. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-583-4890. 800-583-4890. Again, that's 800-583-4890. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Did you or someone you know participate in fraudulent fan behavior?
I'm a fraud with a capital F.
Is your friend a fraud?
I have been a complete and utter fraud.
Are you a fraud?
What is fraud?
Let's ask Don McGregor.
Screw! Go scratch yourself!
Brought to you by D'Agostino Law.
You bet your ace. Fraud Alert Friday brought to you by D'Agostino Law.
D'Agostino.
You guys have no idea how impressive I am for finding my way back on time to this studio, because I am in the WWE headquarters.
Okay.
There's this area of offices and like recording booths that is literally just a maze of rooms. I mean, I've come here so many times now, never have an idea where I'm going.
Breadcrumbs. I heard that works.
And I might have to. And my buddy, who used to be the voice of Raw, who now is the voice of the MLS on Apple, MLS now shares this building with WWE. So my buddy Kevin Egan hit me up and was like, "Hey, I'm here, bud. Where are you?" That's my bad Irish accent.
Oh, wow.
And I managed to actually find him and get back here alive. It's amazing what's happening, folks.
Is that what that was?
You're an inspiration.
Yeah. What's the crack?
Oh boy.
What's the crack, pal?
It sounds like you're on crack.
Yeah.
Jack Hughes.
We gotta go.
We got a Hugges goal.
Nice. Wow. Is it 3?
It's 3.
3-0.
They had one called back, a distinct kicking motion from Gensel.
Jake Gensel.
But they were able to.
Well, we're getting it, folks. We are
one.
getting it. We are
That's a big
getting.
one. Hey, before we
USA
start
and
Fraud Alert
Canada.
Friday, can I point out something that I ran into somebody who told me they were a listener. I forget exactly where I was because I've been in a lot of places. You know what? No, it was in D.C. for the Gracie's volleyball tournament. And he said, I'm a big listener. I love the show. And he said, I love on Friday. And I'm like, oh, Fraud Alert Friday. He goes, no, I like that too. He said, but it's the announcer lineup. And he's like, I miss it because now the football season's over. And he said, isn't there a way you can still do announcer lineups? And he's like, maybe it's like the best games of the weekend, and you tell us who's like the national games, and you can tell us who's calling it. And I thought that's not a bad idea. How do we feel about that, real quick?
No.
All right, it's out.
Look how easy that was.
Yeah, that was done. Okay.
I only deal in
I told them
absolutes
I
from
would
now
ask
on,
the
so.
boys.
The
Floodgates.
Oh,
Floodgates.
Here we go.
Floodgates open.
The seal has been broken. Wait, is that Jack Eichel's here?
Jack Eichel.
Oh, it's nice to see him here.
I just think that it's the reason we did it originally, Alan, because we were trying to prove to Michael, who is just not a football guy. God love him, and he knows football.
God
but there's
does
a
love
difference
him.
between.
He enjoys football.
Well, there's a difference between I enjoy football and I'm a football guy. I enjoy football as a guy that doesn't care who's announcing the game. But growing up as a football guy, you longed for that information. Who's doing the Giant game? Is Summerall Madden doing the Giant game? Who are we getting? Yeah. Or are we going to get Sam Rosen? I need to know what's happening. And it became such a thing for football fans. We figured we should let people know, now that the NFL Sunday Ticket's been a thing and all that who's calling. And I think it's a football thing. I don't think it really exists anywhere else, because what other sports has all their games be national like the NFL? See, that's why I can't be Stephen A. I said absolutely no, should have left it there, but I was nice and wanted to explain myself.
See?
So that's why I'll never be good.
That's why I didn't say you'll never. I don't think never be
what-
good.
I mean,
It's just
you've
never be
already
rich.
passed good.
Yeah, you're very good. You just won't be rich.
That's what it is?
Big difference.
Wow.
No, Alan Hahn. We're not doing that, Alan Hahn.
Hey,
Now it's Fraud Alert Friday. Let's go.
Every time he says my name, I hear a cash register.
That's right.
I
Things
love
get
it.
better. All right, this message is called "What is Flawed?" #Marco Voice.
Okay.
Dear Don, longtime listener, first-time emailer, ready to face Judge LaGreca. I was born and raised in New York City, but left at 23 to serve in the military.
That's not nothing.
Stationed overseas and later in Washington State, where I still live to this day.
We appreciate your service.
Yes.
During a tough stretch out here, I found you, Michael, and Peter on YouTube, and it felt like home. I first became a New York Yankees fan in 1996, with my peak fandom from 03 to 09. It faded around 2013, and I came back in 2017 with the emergence of Aaron Judge, Gary Sanchez, Gleyber Torres,
Oh, boy. Here we go.
In recent years, I've found the Yankees boring to watch because I feel their style of play takes all the action out of the game on the base paths and the excitement of stringing multiple hits together in an inning, blah, 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 blah. Every season I start excited, but without fail I get bored and stop watching games and end up following the team mostly through your show or scoreboard updates. I got to get to the question, guys. I don't even know what it is yet.
Are you a fraud? Yes. Let's go. Let's go. You know what? It's a new one. It's called Lieutenant Fraud. Get to the question.
I had to gong. I had to hit the gong.
The whole start to the email was the answer.
Yep.
He became a Yankee fan when they were good. Then they got boring, so he stopped. Fraud. Goodbye. Next.
Why were they boring?
Wait,
because
hold on
they
a second.
lost.
I'll
they
salute.
didn't win.
Next.
No. Thank you for your service. Yes.
Thank you for your service. Not mocking.
But you're a fraud.
Goodbye.
Oh, by the way, but you didn't let me get to the question, which is, it hurts the segment, I will say, well, you don't actually know what the person was asking. The question was, am I a fraud for claiming to be a Yankees fan while rarely watching games, even though I keep up to date with the team through shows and scores?
No, you're a fraud for all the other reasons in the email.
But
I started becoming a Yankee fan in '96. Oh, by the way, they won the World Series.
Oh, wow.
Kind of fell out of it around 2013, when they didn't make the playoffs.
Huh.
Oh, and then, Judge is here. He's hitting 600-foot homer. I think I'll be a fan again. So the frequency in which you watch the games is irrelevant because you're already a fraud. Again, we salute your service.
Right.
Lieutenant Fraud.
I fell back in love with her once she lost the weight. And, come on, man. You do or you don't.
Right. Am I a fraud? I fell in love with my wife when she weighed 140. At 240, I tapped out. She got back to 150, I was back in. Am I a fraud? Do I really, truly love my wife? No, the answer's no. No, but really the question was, what should I get her? What should I get her for her birthday? No, don't care. Fraud. Get out. Goodbye. But again, thank you for your service.
240, I tapped out.
As a young kid, I was always a diehard Knicks, Rangers, and Yankees and Giants fan.
Okay.
My brother had season tickets to the Giants, and we used to go all the time in the 70s. They were absolutely dreadful.
Yes.
The teams all my good friends rooted for, the Cowboys, Dolphins, Steelers, etc., were always good. I couldn't take it anymore. When I played Pee Wee football, I bought a San Francisco 49ers helmet because there were no Giants helmets. Always loved their uniforms. Then decided to switch my fandom to the 49ers at the age of 10.
10.
Then along came Joe Montana, and the rest is history. Am I a fraud?
Ooh, this is 10. This is right on the edge.
It's 2 years past the edge. It's fraudulent because at 10, you wouldn't have if you had season tickets during the 80s and the Giants were winning a Super Bowl and were a consistent playoff team, you would have never done that. But you did it because the Giants stunk and you changed teams. You're a fraud. Now, is it like a deep blue fraud because you were 10? No. But come on.
Misdemeanor.
And he stuck with the 49ers because Montana hasn't played for them in 35 years. So, still a fraud. But again, not a deep blue fraud.
It's not a horrible fraud, but fraud nonetheless.
Right.
Let's see. Hello, Judge LaGreca. I'm a diehard Yankees, Jets, and Knicks fan. In June 2024, I went on a weekend trip to Boston to visit Fenway and watch the Yankees there. During the trip, I went out Friday night to watch Game 4 of the NBA Finals where the Celtics were up 3-0 and looking to close it out. For the first time in my life, I found myself rooting for Boston to win this game so I could experience a wild championship bacchanal and just see how crazy a city gets when they win. Am I a fraud for rooting for Boston to win this one game just so I can enjoy the party atmosphere? I was too young for the Yankees in 2009 and not a Giants fan for 2011, so just wanted to experience the wild atmosphere once as a guy in his 20s.
Don?
I might surprise you. I'm going to say no fraud. Well, because he's a young kid, so I don't think
20s.
he really...
Not a young kid. 20s.
Peter's already talked about how he kind of questions the Knicks-Celtic rivalry just because it's been a long time since it's really been a thing. I know they played the playoffs last year, but it's not like it was, back in the 80s.
It's not.
So if you're a young kid, and it is a certain, special circumstance, not so much celebrating the Celtics, but just seeing what a city's like when they win. So it's not something I would do, Is it fraudulent behavior? I would say because of his age and not really embracing the Celtics as a true rival for him, I'll say no fraud.
D'Agostino.
Wow.
I don't love it, Don, but it's your call. I don't love it.
I'm not expecting you to love it.
Yeah.
But you're also of a certain age. You remember, the heated rivalry with the Celtics and all that. I mean,
it's not necessarily as much that as it is that you really are. I mean, I guess he's kind of just rooting for himself in that case.
Yeah,
exactly. I want to experience.
And here's the thing:
a city winning, but
they're up 3-0.
Don't love it.
So they inevitably, because no team has ever come back from 3-0 down in the NBA. So they're winning the title.
Right.
So why not do it on the day that I'm there? And
that's the thing. It's not like they're playing the Knicks.
It's really the circumstances. It's a selfish move. It's putting yourself ahead of your fandom.
Mm-hmm. Good.
But I kind of understand. It's similar. Listen, I gave myself a pass with the Giant no-hitter when I was there. The Mets were down 6-0. I'd never seen a no-hitter live. I'm like, I want to see the no-hitter. Right. I hate the fact the Mets are getting no hit. They're going to lose the game anyway. Mm-hmm. So I selfishly made a decision that I got to see a no-hitter. And I was called a fraud by Dave Rothenberg. But I think sometimes we're allowed to be a little selfish.
Dabble in fraudulent behavior.
You're dabbling in fraud.
As Michael K. once said, I root for me.
Right.
I mean,
rooting for you is just dabbling in fraud.
Let me just say this. Everybody does that. Just not everybody says it aloud. Dan
writes us and says, DHR, you guys are the best. The Honorable Judge LaGreca, lifelong Knicks fan. I own 2 Knicks jerseys, Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart.
Oh.
I'm also a big-time LeBron fan. I've collected his jerseys in all different colorways throughout his career. Never rooted for the teams. But certainly respected the accolades. LeBron down in Miami, the white-red just hits different, purple-gold Lakers, etc. All self-explanatory. No St. Vincent, St. Mary. Am I a fraud Knicks fan? Thank you. Love you guys.
Now, there's nuance to this. I mean, the easy answer is yes, you're a fraud.
Yes, of course.
Because I wouldn't say they've gotten in your way the way Jordan got in your way, because the Knicks have not really been a championship caliber team since LeBron came into the league. But I don't know. It just seems weird, right? Like,
yes.
You love the Knicks, but you love LeBron James.
Enough to buy jerseys?
I still believe in my heart, guys, and I've been told absolutely not. It was just circumstances. I believe in my heart. I'll go to my grave believe. He was trolling the Knicks when he announced it, like a stone's throw away from their practice facility.
I can tell you,
boys club.
I like it, but I was there. He was not.
Peter, how many championships does Booker T have?
Well, it depends what you mean. Do you mean the 5-time?
That's right, 5-0 USA.
Jack Hughes, 2 goals.
Jack Hughes, 2 goals. There's the parents.
Wow,
good for Jack.
All right,
Gracie's losing it right now.
While we're talking LeBron, we have one more to close out on. That's also LeBron.
Okay.
Hello, DHR. My name is Issam, and I don't think I'm a fraud, but would like a professional opinion.
Okay.
I'm 24 years old, consider myself a diehard Knicks fan since 2009. Back in the day, I would even convince myself Melo, Courtney Lee, and Aaron Aflalo could make some noise in the Eastern Conference.
Strange pulls. Those are strange pulls. Those are very good.
Yeah.
Those are good.
However,
he's winning me over.
Yeah.
I am also a huge LeBron fan. Consider him my childhood hero.
Oh, boy.
Because of the Knicks' futility and not having meaningful games, had it not been for LeBron and all the great games and moments he had through his career, my love of the sport would not be what it is today. I have 2 questions to ask. Last week, my best friend got married in L.A., and I went to see LeBron play for the first time and wore a LeBron Lakers jersey. Does that make me a fraud Knicks fan?
It makes you a fraud, Nick.
We wanted to root for you.
Also,
we wanted to root for you. Fraud.
Although it's unlikely, if the Knicks and Lakers had faced each other in the finals, I'd always root for the Knicks, like I always do when they play LeBron. But if the Lakers somehow came out on top, would it be fraudulent for me to have some tears of joy for the man who carried my basketball childhood?
Oh, my God. Like he pulls you in, and you want to embrace him, and then he says things like that, and you want to shake him.
It got worse. It got worse as it went on.
I knew it was you.
I can't. Here's the thing, and these are my rules, but you know what? I'm the judge. I find it very difficult to believe you could be a diehard fan of a team, yet your hero is on another team.
Yeah.
That gets paid to beat your team.
And he spurned your team.
Now, I love Nolan Ryan, but at least he was a Met.
Yeah.
And and a lot of times was not even in the Mets league. They weren't playing each other. But like childhood hero, and if he never played for your team and he had beaten your team, I just don't know how that could be. I just don't know how that could be. Now, if LeBron had been a Knick for a while, it'd be a different story. But isn't that odd that you love the Knicks, but your childhood hero is not a Knick? It's like being a diehard Yankee fan, but you know what?
Big Papi.
God,
Love
no, well, that's right. I'm just trying to think of somebody that's like, even Ohtani doesn't work because Ohtani beat the Yankees in the World Series. Like, I just love Mike Trout. I mean, he got me into. I worship Mike Trout, but I'm a diehard Yankee fan. It just something doesn't work.
Listen,
there.
I think that it is something that, whether fraudulent or not, is kind of typical of today more than the past. I do think it's more of the era we live in. I will also say, though, like, I've loved players on other teams before.
I have.
But I never would have said they're like my hero.
But
hero, I went to Jeter's last game at Fenway.
You didn't wear a Jeter jersey and cheer.
No,
on the
I went to see Kobe's last game in Boston. But I didn't go and root for them against my own team. I just went and wanted the moment.
He lost me because, like I said, I have favorite players on other teams. I respect other players. But would I go and wear their jersey and root for them for a championship? And then, just think about that. He's in a Laker jersey, celebrating a Lakers championship. And if somebody tapped him on the shoulder, "Oh, you must have been a Laker fan for a long." No, I'm actually a Knicks fan. You'd be like, "What a tool!" I was going to buy you a drink. Now I feel like dumping it over your head.
Yeah,
I'm not wrong here.
No, I'm with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for Fraud Alert Friday.
That's a good one. This was a
brought
good
to you by D'Agostino. 35 years of getting accident victims and Social Security disability clients every dollar they deserve. Offices in New York and New Jersey. 1-800-BITE-BACK.
Yeah.
1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Everybody was a fraud today, so we didn't get a chance to play.
No, not everybody.
You denied one.
You had one.
You pardoned one person.
Did we play it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
We did the D'Agostino.
I was too in character.
You should listen to the show. It's great.
You know what? Listen, I was too in character.
You were living the moment.
I was living the dream is what I was doing. 1-800-919-3776. We got some Eli Manning sound we got to get to. We've got an ENN coming up at 6 o'clock. Do have a few people that want to climb aboard on the Fraud Alert Friday as well. Don Hahn and Rosenberg until 7 o'clock, and then it's Dan Grassa here on ESPN New York.
You remember what it feels like to move without thinking about pain? To get up, sit up, walk, work, or live without that constant ache? If neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica took that away from you, it's time to get it back. I'm Bart Scott. Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain is the guy you need. Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no scars, no long recovery, just precise, image-guided, non-surgical treatments designed to get you feeling strong again. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances are accepted, there is no reason to wait. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering 25% off windows and doors and 0% APR for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends February 28th, 2026.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cash back app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. Top users make between $200 to $300 per month.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit limited, offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GOOD25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GOOD25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GOOD25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. To sign up and register to play, go to the ESPN New York app and click on the Rickleball tile.
Wild Turkey Bourbon and ESPN New York are bringing you the ultimate New York game day. 2 games, 1 damn day. We're kicking things off on Saturday at Warehouse Wine and Spirits by GoPuff at 735 Broadway starting at 5 p.m. Stop by for Wild Turkey tastings, exclusive giveaways, and your chance to win an epic New York sports experience. Opening day energy in the Bronx, Knicks at night vibes, all in one unforgettable day. So grab your crew and experience Wild Turkey at Warehouse Wine and Spirits by GoPuff this Saturday. Must be 21 or older. Drink responsibly.
Get ready for Rickleball Madness. Friday, March 20th, ESPN New York is taking over Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. Catch a live broadcast of DiPietro and Rothenberg starting at 6 a.m. Then stick around for our Social Ladder Pickleball Tournament. We'll crown our champion, then roll right into a college hoops watch party to cap off the day. Sign up now on the ESPN New York app. Spots are limited. Rickleball Madness brought to you by the Pickleball Heaven, the standard of indoor pickleball. One other quick story from my excursion with Dave yesterday.
All right.
Okay.
So we have our lunch, and we're walking back to the station where our respective cars are parked. I'm going to work. He's going home. And we're walking down 6th Avenue and Pierce, if you can figure out that neighborhood. Very nice. Okay. So we're walking, and there is a woman with, I would say, her 5-year-old daughter walking towards us. There's nobody else on the sidewalk. Okay. Just these two people and us walking towards us. Just as they're within 10 feet, Dave drops an S-bomb.
When they're within how many feet?
10, 8.
Audible.
What kind of? It's a 5-year-old. You're saying 5-year-old
yes.
child. Okay.
5-year-old girl.
Okay.
And to Dave's credit, Dave did apologize. Say, I'm sorry. But dude, be aware, man. Be aware of your surroundings when you're using such language.
He sounded very passionate in that moment. Whatever he was talking about.
This is tough because I feel like this. He was on the street having his own conversation, and a child happened to walk close. I think him saying sorry is pretty good awareness.
I would agree with you if it was a packed street, but I think when it's just
it was awkward because it was just
close
you guys
to each other. It's a whole block, and we're the only 4 people on the block. I think you got to be a little bit more aware.
Wow,
that's
not like all of a sudden it's just.
But he's such a good guy that he did say he was sorry.
Well, he's a dad, so he
already
knew.
Listen, but I'll defend him again. At least it was S.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The S is the most misdemeanor of those words.
S is starting to get to a point. I could see there a world where S is acceptable language, like on network television.
Yeah.
I don't think F will ever get there, but I think S could.
No.
Maybe not in our lifetime, but
no. But S is like
maybe
everyone
in that
is.
girl's lifetime.
Everyone has heard their mother say the S word. You know what I'm saying?
I've never heard my mother say
the S.
Any of those words.
Wow, really?
No.
My S. I've heard S from basically everyone.
Well, my parents like never ever cursed.
They're like the K parents.
I was like furious one time, lost it, like stormed out of the kitchen, turned around, like just yelled something back at my dad, dropping an F-bomb on him.
Wow.
Yo, I don't think they spoke to me for a month.
You dropped an F?
Yo, I was furious.
Oh,
yeah, real pissed off.
The
minute I said it was one of those, like, as it's coming out of your mouth, you're like, no. Like,
it's too late.
I couldn't pull it back. Too late.
I
knew I was dead.
Yeah, we obviously the F word was not allowed. Maybe a slip here or there, but I think Peter's heard this story before, that my father, I was like maybe 18, 19 years old. My father charged at me because I called my mom she. I said, she said it's okay.
Oh, my God.
And he started, like, charged at me like, that's your mother. You never say she or her. It's you say mom or mother.
Were you ready? Did you get in your ready stance?
My stance was to run in the other direction. I swear to God, my father, he never laid a hand on me. But no one scared me like my dad did. I believed on the day he passed, I wouldn't have been surprised if he got up and cold cocked me. Attempted to. I would have ran in the other direction. He could bench press 500 pounds. He was a brown belt in karate.
Yeah, you didn't mess with him.
He didn't have, because of that, he didn't have to do it.
And that's the
people who punch are insecure. They want to prove it. The people know that they can lay you out. They don't have to prove it, so they don't bother ever trying. But I knew he could, so my first, and that's the other thing too. He's the only person in the world. So not that time, because I'm 18, 19 years old. So, but like as a young kid, if he was going to discipline me, and I ran, he wouldn't chase me. He would just demand I come back. And that takes a powerful person. And when somebody's running from you, just your words make you come back.
That's that dad energy.
It's like, because if he did decide to chase me, and he caught me, then that would be the first time.
Oh, then he really.
And last time,
it would be. It's that. I know he's been canceled, but it's still a great line from Bill Cosby. He's like, I brought you into this world. I could take, yeah.
That's right. I'd put the odds on your dad, though, right, Peter? I'd always put the odds on his father.
To the end.
Yeah.
Because there's that dad strength, too, that you get.
Yeah, but now if you were to rematch, now you'd have your own dad strength.
I wonder how that works.
We don't know.
Or is it just the age of by the time you do that, you're talking about grandpa strength, and there's no such thing.
There is no grandpa.
I wonder if you have the dad strength until you become a granddad, and then it goes away.
Yeah, then it's no strength.
Or
once you have a grandkid, kryptonite's gone.
Right. Does the dad strength from your dad transfer to you once you have kids? And then I'll eventually hand it down to Marco.
That's right. That's how the dad strength moves. That's a great question.
How it works. So happy for Jack Hughes, couple of goals. If you're a Devil fan, you hope that maybe this will spark him.
I have a Hughes
coming
family
back.
question for you, Donnie, on the other side.
Oh. All right. We'll do that.
Well, hold on. But before you even get there, I need to talk to you guys about something else because we're talking winter games.
Show me something.
And, I missed it. So if you want to play the winter games, you do it over at FanDuel. It makes sense. You got game lines. You got medal counts. You can now bet USA Canada on Sunday in the final right there for you, the gold medal. It's all there on FanDuel. So many ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them with a bet on FanDuel. All right, curling matches. Like I said, the men's gold medal matchup Sunday morning. It's all happening, okay? Plus so many more events. Now, I think if you're feeling the patriotic vibes, you're going Team USA, but maybe you're rocking with Connor McDavid. Maybe Sid the Kid comes back and you go Team Canada. It's all there for you. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
All right, Alan's got a question, some Eli Manning sound. We got another 2 hours. Ian ends at 6, Dan Graca at 7. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hi, it's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Prioritize your self-care and switch to Cricket for unlimited plans starting at $35 a month. Smile, you're on Cricket. The weekend looks good to ski any trail you want close to home with deep, well-groomed snow on all trails and parks and tubing, too. Head to the big northern resorts like Stratton, Killington, Pico, and Smuggler's Notch, Vermont, and Gore Mountain and Whiteface in the Adirondacks, where fresh snow should be falling and accumulating with a powder day Saturday. Shawnee and Camelback in the Poconos, Mountain Creek, New Jersey, and Mount Peter in southern New York are all at 100% skiing, riding, and tubing day and night. Same for Ski Sundown, Connecticut with the Vertical Challenge on Saturday. A free fun race with lots of giveaways at Ski Sundown Saturday. Wyndham in the Catskills, 43 trails, well-groomed snow and a fast, firm base. Snow for Gore and Whiteface in the Adirondacks by Friday afternoon.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Still working on this issue in Staten Island, northbound West Shore by Glen Street and Curry Avenue. Crash involving a car fire. Right lane is still blocked. You're bumper to bumper there from Victory Boulevard. Tappan Zee Bridge jammed heading into Rockland County. Collision on the thruway northbound in the left lane by 9W and Nyack. Backed up there onto the Westchester side. Best of it's the outbound George, still the Henry Hudson and southbound Egan. Harlem River Drive northbound, jammed approaching the Cross Bronx. Broken down car in the center lane right after the McCombs Dam Bridge. Delays there from the Triborough and the FDR. Inbound George about 10 to 15 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln Orange about 30 minutes. Outbound Holland 45 plus. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
So, should we split the bill?
But math is the worst.
Not all math, because with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games, you can multiply your winnings up to 200 times.
Wait, multiply my winnings?
Yeah, you take your winnings, then multiply those winnings up to 200 times.
So all of my winnings times 200?
Yeah, that.
Oh. I've always said math's the best.
Play for chances to multiply your winnings 30, 50, up to 200 times. Prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Put 'em in the box! This is your radio home for New York Mets baseball. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time,
it's Tully time.
Sure. Just one local in action. Nets visiting the Thunder at 8 o'clock, so you could have whispered game time. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. It's two big teases from Alan already today. So
he's rolling, man.
What do you got?
So Jack Hughes has 2 goals in this game.
And 3.
Mom and Dad are there.
3 goals, 3 assists for the tourney.
Yeah, he's having a good tournament. And Quinn has played very well. Mom and Dad are there.
Mm-hmm.
Where was Luke? Why isn't he there?
Well, Luke he's skating with the Devils, getting ready for the second half of the season. He's coming off a shoulder injury, and he's got to get ready for the start of the second half.
He doesn't have time for the reindeer games.
What are you talking about?
Your brothers are playing. If he's not in the gold medal, if he's not at the gold medal game, I'd be concerned about the relationship.
Peter, I'm going to talk to you.
Go ahead. I'm here.
Logic is left.
I'm not trying to put you in a bad spot, Don. I know there's certain things.
You're putting me in a very easy spot defending Luke Hughes.
To me, this is family, blood over everything. I don't understand
Peter,
why it wouldn't be.
It was
not
a couple
over
of
your
weeks
own
ago.
career.
Actually, it was probably almost a month ago because they haven't played for 2 weeks.
Right.
Luke Hughes suffered an upper body injury. People speculate it's a shoulder injury. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So rehab and trying to get back for the Devils' push to try to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
He's skating again. On the 18th, a couple of days ago, NHL non-Olympic players, they opened up camps. So these guys who haven't skated in 2 weeks can get ready for the games, which start on Wednesday for the Devils.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no guarantee he's going to be able to play on Wednesday, but he's trying to get ready to play for the second half of the season. So, Peter, I ask you, if you were Luke Hughes, where would you be?
It would be focused on getting myself back to playing.
Thank you. The game's on TV. He's able to watch.
Now, if it depends. If I'm really totally fine, and this is just sort of academic, then maybe I consider it. But if you really need the work, and you also know your brothers will probably get a chance to do this again in 4 years, which they will, I probably am chilling.
I believe, and I don't know this for a fact, but I believe that if he had not been injured and just was not on the U.S. hockey team, which he wouldn't be, and he decided to go and ask the Devils, listen, I'm not going to report on the 18th. I'm going to watch my brother, and I'm going to come back with him, I think they'd be totally cool with that. But he's rehabbing his shoulder. He's coming back. He's skating again. He's not. It's questionable whether he'll be ready to play on Wednesday. So obviously, all this work he's doing is to get prepared for when they return. He's got an obligation to his team. He should be skating and getting ready. If he had been healthy, then I could say, you know what? I think they would let him go to Milan and watch his brother with his parents. Watch his brothers with his parents.
I saw a nice feature.
Just thought I'd ask. So.
No, listen, you asked.
I was curious. I got an answer. I accept.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Saw a nice feature earlier on Johnny Gaudreau's family, who all attended as well.
Right.
And they showed the jersey hanging in the locker room and his whole family there.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so utterly and inexplicably heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But to see that they're doing this, now what? A year and a half removed or whatever it is.
It was August of 24, I think it was. Yeah.
That sounds so a year and a half.
Yeah.
So to this time later when the family is still completely going through it, I think a lot of times it can feel like for the rest of the world, it feels like the rest of the world moves on.
Yep.
So the fact that the team isn't treating it that way,
right,
and that they're keeping him that involved in it. I mean, if you don't remember the Johnny Gaudreau story, just an absolute tragedy with him being killed while riding bikes with his brother before his brother's wedding. It's lovely that the team's doing it, and it made me happy to see the family there. Really nice.
And like you said, his jersey's up, and he would be on this team.
Oh yeah.
And his dad had coached. So I remember when John Tortorella was coach of the Philadelphia Flyers going into that season, he was still the coach of the Flyers and had his dad skate there because he was from South Jersey, so more the Philly area. And John Tortorella is an assistant coach under Mike Sullivan with Team USA. Looks like, is that Tage Thompson walking off the ice? Looks like he suffered an injury of some sort. But anyway, I wonder, they probably wouldn't because he didn't play.
But a gold medal for the family?
But would you present the family with a gold medal if the USA won? But I don't know if they're allowed to. I'm sure the IOC has certain rules. Hey, he didn't participate. But if you're the USA, do you make a
do you just do something?
You'd like to do something, right?
Yeah, I you would think so, right? You would think do something like that. A gesture of that type is certainly something to think about, right? Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. They still got to get there, of course, but they're obviously going to win this game. They're in the third period up 5-0, but they still have to win on Sunday against Canada. And I would not be and I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if his number 13 wouldn't be present, on the podium if they were to win the gold medal too. I'm sure there'll be a presence there because, like I said, he would be on this team, and he would. Yeah, the guys have really been great about that, and this is obviously his generation of players, right? So they all have played together. I'm sure they've played 1 million times for USA Hockey in various places. So I love the fact that they have made sure to just continue this. It wasn't just a Four Nations thing last year. It's a real thing, and I think it's great. And now it gives you something extra to root for too, right?
No, for sure, and it's going to be a lot of fun coming up Sunday at 8:10. And just looking at the women's numbers yesterday,
most
watched women's hockey game ever. No surprise there. makes you kind of wonder why they didn't put it on NBC for the full game. The audience peaked at 7.7, averaged 5.3 million people. This is in the middle of the afternoon on the USA
I was just
Network.
going to, Don, think of most of the country, this was late morning.
Right, because it was a 1:10 Eastern time face-off. So that's 10:10 in the morning out west, and obviously it peaked at 7.7 once it went to overtime, and the game was close, and it's pretty amazing, the numbers, and I'm sure even with an 8:10 start Sunday morning, if it is USA Canada, and it looks in all likelihood we're 16-19 away from that happening, the numbers would be astronomical as well. There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 2.5 S Select with all-wheel drive for $219 for 33 months, or buy with 1.9% APR financing for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN TN466016, MSRP $32,010. Zero security deposit, APR at $28.60 per month per $1,000 financed, ends 3/2/26. We were talking about how odd it is to idolize players that never played for your team. So Rico in Buffalo has a very strange one.
Okay.
You're on Don Hahn Rosenberg. What do you got, buddy?
Okay, Don, I think you're old enough, but you remember War Memorial Stadium?
War
in
Memorial?
Buffalo?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
War Memorial. Okay. I'm 70 years old, and I've worshipped the Buffalo Bills my entire life. But my all-time favorite athlete, not football player, athlete, was Joe Namath. So I don't see anything wrong.
It's odd.
When the caller...
Do you at least acknowledge it's odd?
Could you repeat that, please?
Would you at least acknowledge that it's odd?
It could be odd, but Don, I'll just give you a quick story that happened one time. It was 1968. My father was able to take me to one football game, and it had to be the New York Jets because of Joe Namath. And I remember he got sacked, and his helmet got knocked off, and the fans were booing him and calling him all kinds of names, bad names, And we were sitting in the end zone, and he put his helmet on, and the very next play he went back to pass, and I saw this ball come flying toward me, touchdown to George Sauer. I loved it. I stood up and I was cheering. Well, they abused me for the rest of that game.
And thank you for the phone call. I just find out it's a divisional rival. Why not just be a Jet fan? You were that young. It's odd.
Well, I was. Yeah, all right. We can call it out.
I can't say you're wrong, Rico, because that was your idol, and it's a great story, and we appreciate the phone call. But at least acknowledge that it's odd. I mean, it's very similar, even though Joe Namath didn't win at the same clip as Tom Brady. But like a Jet fan saying, I'm a Jet fan, but the first game I went to, Tom Brady threw a touchdown, and I've always loved Tom Brady. He'd be like, that's nuts.
I thought he was going to say that the ball was coming towards him, and
he caught it.
No, and hit the guy who was heckling him. It just hit him right in the face. That would have been a great story.
Here's something that. Here's an answer I think I would have accepted better. You know where I thought he was going to go?
What?
Was that I was a Bills fan. The AFL was always disrespected, and Joe Namath winning Super Bowl III gave the AFL credibility.
Yeah.
That I appreciate, and I'll always worship Joe Namath. That I would accept.
I get that. Yeah.
Then I would kind of understand.
Now let me ask. When we were doing this whole thing about how I'm a fan of one team, but I like the guy who said he was a Knicks fan, but he idolized LeBron.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A guy on Twitter asked, "Do you rock Jordans?"
Not the same.
And of course, the answer is yes, I do. And I think that's the thing. Well, but I never had a hatred for Michael Jordan.
But are you wearing Jordans because you're celebrating Michael Jordan, or just that you love the sneaker?
Yeah, it's really more about the brand. And
the sneaker isn't a Bulls sneaker. It's a Jordan sneaker.
Right. There's a big difference between wearing Jordans and wearing a Jordan jersey.
Yeah, I know. I never saw like I never had like an issue with like I can't wear Jordans because first of all, when they became a thing in the late 80s, there was no Jordan Knicks thing yet. It hadn't happened yet. Right? Like the Jordan threes were 89.
Not then.
Like they didn't play each other in things that really mattered until, 92, 93. Those 2 years especially when they couldn't beat them.
Right, because he was just better.
I don't put the two things in the same bucket.
No, but I can understand not hating Jordan. I can never understand a Knicks fan liking him. He did stand in your way. Did put up a double nickel, if you remember, at the Garden.
But he's a guy that, like, the way he played and how he played, all you could do was nod. And the fact that he also was very respectful and paid homage to the Garden, to New York. Like, he never was. It was hard to hate him. You feared him, but you didn't hate him.
Yeah, that's what I say.
He didn't do nozzly things.
I can't say it's okay not to hate him. If you want to hate him, yeah, for sure. Probably is based on jealousy, but that's how a lot of hatred is based on. But I don't see liking him, rooting for him.
No.
If you're a Knicks fan, that would be a tough sell for me for sure.
But I do think there's probably a share of Knicks fans who feared him, who hated playing against him, but still completely sat back and marveled and loved watching him.
Well, I will tell you, I have zero love for Aikman and Irvin and Emmett, but I respect them. I respect how good they were. My hatred comes from the fact that I just couldn't stand the fact the Giants couldn't beat them. But I think there can be respect. I respect for Staubach and those guys. Like the Eagles, I legitimately hate their guts, and I can't like any of their players. But
see that
I think certain teams get to a level where you could still. I think there's a world where you can hate and respect at the same time.
Correct.
It's fun, Dan Marino, great example of somebody that how many times they had some crazy games the Jets did with Dan Marino, but I never hated Dan Marino. I just was mad that we passed on him in the draft. I always would go back.
And you 23 other teams did
could
too.
have had this freaking guy, and instead he's it's just nightmare after nightmare. So I think it's along those lines. Because how many times did he just love killing the Jets? So I look at it that way. Josh Allen's another way. I'm not Josh Allen. I can't hate Josh Allen. Can't hate him.
Well, the reason you can't is for the same reason for Dan Marino in a sense that really he's were you ever good when they were good? Did Josh Allen ever stand in the Jets' way?
No. It's a great point.
The Jets have been horrid the entire time he's been in the league.
Yes.
Right. So
yeah. But Brady too. Like think about Tom Brady.
But at least you got yours against Brady a couple of times, right? You beat him in a playoff game.
You played him in a playoff, you beat him. Like that's how could you be mad? Like those are the things that I think the only time you develop the animosity for Reggie Miller is easy. Because Reggie Miller, the way he acted, the histrionic, and people always forget.
No, and he killed you.
But they act like he always beat the Knicks. Look at his record against the Knicks.
No.
The Knicks actually beat him more times than he beat. It's just
but
the ones that he won were just
so
bad.
My God.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
And he was disrespectful.
And the way he acted, it made it easy. And he wanted to be the villain. He embraced it. So that's why villains are ones where it's like, I liked Reggie Miller, so I got a Reggie Miller jersey, even though I'm a Knicks fan. That's a fraud. But I wear Jordans even though I'm a Knicks fan. That's not a fraud.
No, totally different.
I don't know
if
there's a comp to Jordan. I don't know.
In any other sport?
Meaning like with the sneaker. Like I don't think wearing Jordans you're representing Michael Jordan. You just really love the sneakers.
Yeah.
Like is there somebody that did something so iconic that
no,
it really
it's the most
isn't
iconic sports brand in history. So.
Right, but even just not sports brand, like anything, like that they did something.
Oh no. There could definitely be people who wore Yeezys and had no interest in Kanye West.
Right.
And then actually grew to kind of disdain him. Or I love the sneakers.
But I like the sneaker, yeah.
But like, what if there was an actor you couldn't stand, but they made a wine that you love? Is it wrong to just say, I enjoy the wine, but
didn't I just give that exact comp? That's literally it.
Is that what it is? I didn't know what it was.
The Yeezy's a sneaker.
Yeah.
Well, Kanye has a sneaker. He's a huge music star. You might find him completely deplorable now. Think his music stinks, but you find the sneaker absolutely comfortable and you love it.
Yeah.
What's funny about that is Jacob and I just saw, I think it was 2 days ago on Twitter, there was a fake Jordan 8 leak that came out that was going to be Knicks plated. And obviously it was fake, but we said, I don't think I'd wear it anyway. We just didn't like the way it looked.
Right.
And there were people under it that said, I'm a Knicks fan. I'd never wear Jordans. And I just don't really get that.
By the way, Knicks players wear Jordans on the
court. Of course.
I just think, and this is going to sound weird, I just think that shoe now has even transcended Michael Jordan. Yes, it's got his logo on it.
It has.
But it is the brand that you wear if you want to buy a shoe.
Right.
Like that. So it's not like I'm a fan of Michael Jordan anymore. It's I love these shoes and I'm wearing these shoes.
It just becomes bigger than him or what it's just different. It's different than the jersey. Or I like the Bulls jersey, so I'm going to wear it, and I'm just going to happen to be Jordan.
People wear Chuck Taylors. They don't even know that Chuck Taylor played basketball.
He did, and I don't know how. I don't know how. As somebody that I wore them as a kid. I'm old enough that might have been my first pair of sneakers.
Chucks, yeah.
That how they didn't break their ankles every game.
It's
because there was no support. There were high tops, but there was no support.
It's just canvas.
It was just cloth.
You might as well be playing barefoot.
Cloth.
Knicks fans only wear Starberries.
That's right. You should. Only $9 Starberries.
I did like those shoes.
No, the Ewings though, because you talk about if you're a New Yorker and you like wearing Butters, you like wearing Timbs, wear Ewings because they feel the same.
I know they're about as heavy as a pair of boots.
You get you through a snowstorm.
It's a great point.
I want Griffin in Connecticut to flex a little bit. He said Tage Thompson was going to score, and he scored. So
go,
Griffin. How much money did you make today?
Unfortunately, I don't like to bet, so I didn't really bet, but I wish I did.
Yeah, takes the. Did you take your shirt off though?
Yeah. How have you celebrated this 5-1 lead so far?
Sometimes I'll have my shirt off because I get too hot. Well, I'm relaxing right now because it's 5-1, and I feel comfortable that we have the game. So it's just nice.
Yeah,
if it was a closer game, then it would be a little nerve-wracking. But up 5-1, I feel like we're good. I'm just worried about what happened with Tage Thompson, who ended up leaving, and if he's hurt, that is going to be a big blow if we can't have him in the gold medal game because of what he's been in the power play. So that's something to keep a look at.
I don't know what happened. I know he walked off, but I don't know what the injury is. So it's something obviously to keep an eye on. But you called it. You said he was going to score, and he scored.
And I even said I thought it was going to be the power play, and it was.
Now, Anthony, did you go Tage Thompson anytime goal just because of Griff?
You have to tail Griffster, of course.
You did. So should you break off a little something for Griff?
You know what? Tip him.
I could do that easily.
Now, let's be clear here, Anthony. You threw down what, a big 5 spot on that?
Right. Yeah, that's.
And what did that pay out for you?
What was it? +1? Was it in the +200s? I gotta look.
So you might have walked away with $10.
That's right.
So what do you think? $2 for Griff?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Well, there you go.
Get him a coffee.
Next time I see Griff.
Yeah, $2 for you, Griffster.
Whoopie-doo!
We have to start making some appearances in Connecticut so we can see Griff.
I agree. We have a lot of fans in Connecticut. I hear about it all the time when we go up there for hockey.
Shoulder check sounds like a good option.
Yeah, we should do that next time. Dave Maloney's charity.
I like it. Yeah,
that's out in Connecticut,
and I love that. That charity. That foundation's terrific.
All right, some calls. We still have the Eli sound to play. We got ENN coming up at 6:00. Last call crew as well. We're taking you right up until 7:00, and then it's Dan Grassa right here on ESPN New York.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com. That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
You want to know why betting the Winter Games on FanDuel makes so much sense? Because from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. I played in the Olympics for the U.S. men's hockey team, so you know I'm going to be dialed into all of their games. And if you want to get into the action with the hockey, a curling match that started slow and somehow got really tense really fast, or maybe there's a speed skating race that will be decided by inches that you want to get involved with. You can check it all out and so much more on FanDuel. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started, because from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The Winter Games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Check out FanDuel and play your game. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369.
New year, new season, same goal. Feel good and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. J. Shaw at Soundwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SoundwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high, and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law, Bite Back.
March is here and the madness is underway. Schweppes offers above-the-rim refreshment and is proud to sponsor the Big East Conference. Take a break from the action with a Schweppes Seltzer. Enjoy 7 refreshing flavors such as black cherry, lemon lime, cranberry lime, and strawberry mango. Each Schweppes Seltzer flavor provides a perfect touch for any occasion. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783 and the perfect way to elevate your everyday refreshment. Stop by your local food bazaar to get your favorite Schweppes Seltzer for a slam dunk experience.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Hitting the brakes on the Grand Central westbound right before Kew Gardens over by Main Street in Queens. It's a crash in the right lane. That is you bumper to bumper from Utopia Parkway in St. John's. Much better on the West Shore northbound. They picked up that crash and car fire over by Glen Street and Curry Avenue. Delays have thinned out heading over to the Staten Island Expressway. Best of it's to the outbound George, still the southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, slam from the Bruckner on through. Inbound Georgia about 15 to 20 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln already about 20 to 30 minutes. Outbound Helen close to a 40-minute ride. Doing a lot better at the Tappan Zee Bridge getting into Rockland County. Accident picked up on the thruway over by 9W and Nyack. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code VAN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code VAN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code VAN.
See us live from the Irish Exit at Moynihan Train Hall Friday, March 13th, before the semifinal round of the Big East Tournament. Stop by before heading into the Garden or before your commute home. Be part of the College Hoops energy. See the show up close and feel the Big East buzz in person. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live from the Irish Exit at Moynihan Train Hall starting at 3 p.m. Friday, March 13th, just steps away from Madison Square Garden, Penn Station. Brought to you by Sun Cruiser Iced Tea Vodka, Sam Adams, and Schweppes. That's always a good time. Looking forward to that coming up on the 13th. We've got so much going on. We got the Eli Manning sound, but I want to get to some of these calls that have popped up.
Let's talk to the people.
Yeah.
I want to talk to the people. But I've unfortunately, let's go. Let's see. Who can I? All of a sudden, my screen disappeared.
We got a fraud alert Friday. We got a Knicks need Giannis. We got a little Jack in the Olympics, and then we have a Giannis. Another
so
Giannis.
Much.
So 2 Giannis's, a Jack in the Olympics, and a fraud alert.
Oh, sorry. While I'm correcting my computer, why don't you choose one there, Alan?
Well, I just gave you options. What do you guys want?
Well, but you didn't give me
Dealer's
names.
choice.
You didn't give me where they're from. Come on, just grab one.
Does it matter? It's just a topic more than. All right, let's go. Carlo in Westchester, because that's a fraud alert Friday question. We like those. Go ahead, Carlo.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh sure.
Yeah. So I've been wanting to call for some time now. I'm a heavy Knicks and Mets fan, also a Rangers fan. I'm 22 years old, born and raised in New York, playing and watching soccer as my prominent sport with a family who's Italian. Let me paint a picture, Peter. I know you like a story. So
sure
I've never been into American football growing up. However, I've been playing fantasy football leagues with my friends who are Jets and Giants fans. So I've been rooting for my players and not a specific team. I went to college at SUNY Brockport, close to Rochester, and most of my friends up there are Bills fans.
Can I get a strange polls drop for SUNY Brockport, please?
Brockport.
Can I get a
Brockport? That's one of the better.
Brockport would be a strange poll.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Brockport.
By the way, either one is a strange poll. Continue.
Brockport's one of the better SUNYs.
I believe you, but as a man who's heard of SUNYs my whole life, I'm just telling you, I never heard anyone say Brockport. I'm just telling you. All right, continue, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Carlo.
No, no worries. So my uncles are casual fans. They're casual Giants fans. My father claims to be a Jets fan, but he's also a casual fan. And when games are on, he just roots for, quote, the New York teams. So I've been to all Jets, Giants, and Bills games. I want to know what team I should root for. I've said to my friends that whichever the next 3 teams wins the Super Bowl, I'll root for them. But I just want to know if I would have been a fraud for rooting for the team for the Super Bowl, and if not, who should I root for?
Donnie? Wow.
Okay.
Pensive.
However, I just don't have.
You don't have the patience.
Yeah.
You don't have it in you.
A lot was going on there. At this stage, whatever, it does come across as like picking the team that wins the Super Bowl. But what if that doesn't happen? You're just not going to pick a team? Come on. Blank or get off the pot here. Pick someone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Honestly, otherwise they'll go as long as the story did.
Well, you feel like Bills is the obvious choice, right?
Sure.
Because he wasn't a football fan. His dad
Bills
wasn't really 10 toes down on the Jets, so he wasn't going to go pull that way. Being up at Grockport or Brockport, a lot of Bills people. And so he decided, I think that's your lean. Don't be embarrassed. Just go ahead, go for it.
Here's the thing. Here's why I lack energy in the answer.
Okay.
Because it's not going to work. If you got to be asking people, how should I choose? If you did choose, it's not going to stay. You're not interested. It's all right. Not everybody has to be a football fan.
Yeah.
All right? It has to happen naturally. If you're asking me, what should I do? You're not in. It's almost like you're being forced at gunpoint, for Christ's sake. It doesn't matter.
I must pick, so help me pick.
Don't be a football fan. Do us all a favor.
See, oh my Don, the harshness. I mean,
what? He's being direct.
But
man.
He can never now. Maybe instead of saying don't bother being a football fan, couldn't it be, hey, if you stumble into something natural, you'll know. If not, don't bother. What about that?
No, but my answer is my answer. Rob in Point Pleasant, you're on ESPN New York. What's up, Rob?
It's just not nice. Don's just not nice. Let's be honest.
Hey guys, love the show, man. I listen every day.
Thanks, man.
So I'm sort of red hot about the Devils needed those 2 games before the break, right? Columbus and then the Islanders. And,
right.
Jack, I guess he was close, obviously close to being healthy enough to play, but doesn't play the 2 games. Then I see him, he's playing in the Olympics, and it's like, come on, man, we need you for the Devils, man. Like, what do you guys think about that?
I remember talking to Danico about it because it was like up in the air. Will he play in the Islander game? And that was a big game because they were 7 points back of the Islanders. If they had won that game in regulation, you close it to 5. With 25 games left, hey, you got a shot here. And they end up losing the game in regulation. Now they're 9 points out, and it feels like it's over. And I remember going to Kenny before the game started. I'm like, if Jack doesn't play, he's going to get killed. Because fans are going to feel like that. Like, oh, you couldn't play for us, and then you go to the Olympics, and now you're going out there, you got 6 points and 3 goals. I understand the optic looks bad. I can't even defend that. But what if he couldn't play? They didn't play their first game in the Olympics until a week later. It wasn't like the next day he's in Milan playing. It was a week later. So is there a world where he wasn't ready to go against the Islanders, could have hurt himself more, just couldn't do it, but then a week later he was able to go? So I'm not going to get mad at you for thinking, hey, he should have played. Give me 10 minutes. That's what Mike Rupp said. Give me 10 minutes. Just play on the power play. Just show me something, and then go to the Olympics. I can understand you saying that, but I can also see there a world where, I can't go. I physically can't go on Thursday. But next Wednesday in Milan, he's able to go. Alan, Peter, is there a world where 6 days later he could be better?
Yes. I mean, if they give you a 2 to 4 week, return window, and you're 1 week into it or 3 weeks into it, that extra week does matter.
Because I will say this about Jack, all right? And again, I don't know the answer. But I would think if he could go, he would have went. Because you know why I say that? Because when he cut his finger, he was going to be out 6 to 8 weeks, and he came back in 5. So he came back early from the finger because he was ready, and he played. And I could tell you, watching him play when he came back, he didn't look like he was 100%. But he felt like he can go, and he went. So the fact that he didn't go with the groin tells me he couldn't go. And if he could, he would have. So
I believe that.
And to me, I would believe that 6 days later, he felt well enough to play for Team USA. Now, again, if he told me 2 days later, a day later, then I'd be a little dubious about it. But 6? Because I think they played on Thursday. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, and I'm sure they will on Twitter. I believe their first game was the following Wednesday. I think that almost a week later, there is a world in which he felt better to play. But I can't complain, Alan, that, hey, the optic doesn't look great.
Right. Of course.
And Mike Rupp went after him. So there are people that are going to have an opinion, but I'm not feeling his pain. I don't know his body. I was told by the doctors he couldn't clear. They didn't clear him. So I don't have any evidence in the brief time that I've worked for the Devils or watching Jack play since he was drafted first overall that this isn't a guy that doesn't give it an effort every night. So I'm going to err on the side that he just got better. But I'm not going to get mad at Rob for being curious about it.
Of course. And one thing that Jack probably has to have in the back of his mind as a face of the organization is that when you come back from this, you got to go all out. You've got to make sure that you're playing at a high level.
Yeah.
Right? That you are he's a competitive guy. So this sounds a little Captain Obvious, but have it in the back of your mind that the fans are going to be looking at you with a side eye. And so when you got to come out of the gate, and you got to come out of the gate as a highly competitive superstar, the first handful of games, you have to play them at the same level you played these Olympic games. You can dial it back if you need to, but I'm just saying, that's the way to kind of get the fans back on your side is to make sure that the minute you put that jersey back on, that you are a difference maker, and they'll forget all about the two games you missed.
Devil fans are mad. I mean, it's the one thing, getting back within this organization and dealing with they're red hot. And I get it. They went to the finals in 2012 and 3 playoff appearances since then and only 1 playoff win. And this year expectations were through the roof, and now there's a very good possibility they're not going to make the playoffs. But Jack's one of their stars, and I'm going to err on the side that he couldn't go. But again, I can't get mad at because I remember saying it again. They're going to go after him. This is not going to look great. Mm-hmm. Then he's not playing, and he goes out there to Milan and plays in the first game. But again, there was a good 6-day gap there that I think there is a world where he could have felt better. And also, I didn't take a look. I'm sure his minutes might have been reduced in that game. And believe me, he's not asked to do as much on Team USA as he is with the New Jersey Devils. There's superstars everywhere he looks on Team USA.
Right.
But you hope that, hey, the way that Meyer played and Hischier played for Switzerland, the way Markstrom played for Sweden, the way Jack has played so far for USA, that maybe this will be a sign of good things to come when the Devils come back. 9 points out of a playoff spot, but 25 games left. I figure 50 points on the table, Alan. They'll need 37 of those 50 to have a shot.
All right, I like
that'll
that.
give them 95, and we'll see if that's going to be enough to get them into the playoffs. Let's go to Anthony in Mayapack. You're on ESPN.
Hey, Anthony.
What's up, Ant?
Hey guys, how you doing today?
Good.
I got a hockey fraud question for you.
Sure.
So in the early '80s, I was living out in Colorado, and I was a big Colorado Rockies fan when they first got the team. I went to every game with my father.
Yeah,
and when
Don
they
Cherry
lost
was the
team,
coach.
I followed them to New Jersey.
Yeah.
What's that?
Don Cherry was the coach there with Colorado.
Yeah, Don Cherry used to waddle around on the ice. He was great. And so I followed the team to New Jersey, and I was a big Devils fan. When Colorado got their team back, I was living out there. I started rooting for them, too. So I've been torn with this my whole life. Claude Lemieux's my favorite player of all time. He played for both teams.
Yeah.
That's
I have a hard time going about this without being a fraud.
I got to tell you, this is one of the best fraud questions we've ever gotten.
I'm curious to see where you're going to go, Don. Wow.
I'm gonna say no fraud.
Right.
I can understand why people would think fraud. Oh, let me hit the thing. I'm sorry.
D'Agostino.
But, he's originally a Colorado Rockies guy. They moved to New Jersey. He wants to keep it going, but he's still in Colorado. Then the Avalanche come in. They're really good. That they represent he was a Rockies fan because of Colorado. Now the Avalanche are there. I can't.
No.
I can't go after him. I'm sorry. I say no fraud.
I like this.
Peter,
cosign?
Well, no, this is why you have to tune in to Fraud Friday, because you never know where the judge is going to fall. He will surprise you.
Now, I'll be honest. I would find it difficult. Like if all right, so I'll go to New Jersey. I'll root for them. And so he's because they moved there in 82, 83. Mm-hmm. The Avalanche didn't come to being until 95, 96. So it's a significant. He's over a decade. He's rooting for the Devils, but Colorado's still in his heart. They get a team back. Like, how often do you get a team back? Right?
By
Doesn't
the
happen
way,
that
Don,
often.
Devils already had a cup in their pocket too.
Yeah,
he could have just said forget it.
Well,
right?
Think about it. He left.
He went from one
the
cup
year
to
after they won their first cup,
and then he got a cup right away. Didn't Colorado win?
Colorado, they won their first year.
Yeah,
in Colorado. Yeah.
So that's a pretty good.
This isn't fraud. This is just luck.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
Well, and the people in Quebec City were upset that the Avalanche won, but they wouldn't have gotten Patrick Roy if they stayed in the Nordique. So I'll tell you, the Montreal Canadiens would not be trading him to Quebec, and obviously Patrick Roy had a lot to do with that cup in the '96 season. But that's one of the best ones we've ever had, because that's like legitimately you have to think about it. All right, so it's official. Team USA moves on, a 6-2 victory over Slovakia.
You're getting what you dream about.
So we're set. USA, Canada, for all the marbles, 8-10 Sunday. So hopefully everybody, and from what I'm seeing from the
morning,
forecast,
that is.
Yeah,
8-10 in the morning. Yes.
Is the group chat going to be popping, boys?
Well, I'll tell you, just taking a look at the forecast, no matter how much snow we get, the whole day is going to be garbage. I mean, you're not going anywhere. It's Nancy's birthday on Sunday.
Oh.
But luckily, we'll have all day tomorrow.
What level of garbage are they talking about right now?
Well, it's just going to be, wintry mix to start, and then eventually by
just a mess.
Nighttime, it's supposed to ramp up to where we're going to get significant snow. You're looking at anywhere between 5 to 8 in some areas, 8 to 12 in other areas. There's areas of Long Island might get a foot of snow.
Oh boy.
And it's going to carry into Monday, which sucks because now it's going to be late. So you're going to get up Monday with it still snowing.
This just cleared. Literally today.
No mas. All right?
Literally today.
Snow is going to be here until Easter.
Remember, we were asking that. When will the last patch? Patch of snow. We were all predicting different dates. We might have to amend this.
Well, everybody hates rain, right? But I embraced it today because I'm like,
Don,
it's like 40. It's good.
Don,
Let's get some rain.
It's been a few days in a row with rain.
Yeah,
and every day it pops up, I go, fantastic. We're getting hammered with rain. It's because these piles of snow in the city were literally 20 feet high, 25 feet long. It was bricks. So you needed consistently to be over 32 degrees. Then you needed the rain to hit. And days of it. And it finally today, don't get me wrong, there's still snow up and down the street.
Yeah.
But it's like thinned out. You can mostly park again. It's finally okay. And now Sunday they're saying we're getting hammered again. I mean, when was the last time we had this level of winter? It has been years where there's this much snow, repeatedly.
Yeah, well, listen, we caught breaks for years, but this is no mas. We will get to the Eli Manning sound. He was on with DiPietro and Rothenberg earlier today. Great job out of them to get it. Gary Myers, big assist there. 6 o'clock, ENN. Last call crew take up until 7 o'clock, and then we hand it off to Dan Grassa here on ESPN New York.
17th ranked St. John's goes for its 13th win in a row when they host Creighton at MSG. Coverage begins tomorrow at 11:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
So, should we split the bill?
But math is the worst.
Not all math, because with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games, you can multiply your winnings up to 200 times.
Wait, multiply my winnings?
Yeah, you take your winnings, then multiply those winnings up to 200 times.
So all of my winnings times 200?
Yeah, that.
Oh, I've always said math's the best.
Play for chances to multiply your winnings 30, 50, up to 200 times. Prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hahn Rosenberg is live from the Big East Tournament presented by Schweppes, Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, and Samuel Adams. Join THR broadcasting live from the Irish Exit inside Moynihan Train Hall for a Big East extravaganza. Big East legends Charles Smith and Walter Berry will join us on site as we break down the action and relive the glory days. All courtesy of Schweppes. Stop by beginning at 3 p.m. Enter to win great prizes and make the Irish Exit your headquarters when the Big East takes center stage. Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Teas available at Bourbon and Branch and Taylor Pub. Must be 21 or older to purchase. Please drink responsibly.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your card can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your card today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Yeah, no sun in the forecast, unfortunately. Maybe a little bit tomorrow, I heard, but it's all going to come apart. Hate snow. You like this song, it sounds like, Alan?
Absolutely. New
I'm
edition.
good.
This is, I told you, this is the New York sports fan anthem. It's easy to root for the team when they're good.
But can you stand the rain?
Can you get through this, though?
Right. Well, somebody who did a lot of winning with the Giants, a couple of Super Bowls, is Eli Manning. He was on the morning show.
Okay.
DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Well.
And Dave was giddy, getting a chance to talk to Eli. I got the sense that he had never interviewed Eli before. We were fortunate enough back in the day to have him as a weekly, especially during that first Super Bowl run. It was really cool. But he was on earlier this morning, and he was asked about the Harbaugh hire.
No, I mean, I think you should be excited. I think the John Harbaugh hire is. I mean, you could not have asked for a better situation getting him. You know, he's the perfect coach that's been a coach. The media is not going to be too big for him. He knows how to be a CEO of a entire organization and come in and get the right guys, surrounding him and the great coaches that he's been through this before. So I think, these guys don't come around. He's the coach we needed, but usually, the coach that's unavailable. And so I think there's a lot of excitement there. You have Jackson Dart. You got to think you have your quarterback of the future. So a lot of things in place. And when you got a young quarterback that can come in and play on that rookie contract, you can kind of surround them with some other young talent, getting neighbors back. And so there is a kind of a crop of young talent currently on the team, and now get a few spots where needed, and all of a sudden you can make a little playoff run.
Yeah, there's nothing negative at all about the Harbaugh hire. Everybody's got to be excited about that. Now, you mentioned Dart. How about the relationship with Dart and the growth?
Well, I just think he's a great leader. You see that. I've seen that in the locker room, just how people talk about him, and obviously he has earned his teammates' respect through his preparation, through his play, and I think through his toughness, those things, and so I think as a young quarterback, you're always trying to do that. I think he's already done that. Now it's about, hey, now I got to take it to the next level. I've earned their respect, and I'm a tough guy, and the linemen appreciate that. Now I got to find a way to complete the seasons and stay healthy, stay in the games, not missing games. All those things are now more important than kind of proving your toughness. That's already been established, and so I think he has the ability to make plays. The moments don't seem too big for him. He doesn't turn the ball over much. I mean, so I think those are, your rookie year, you're always going to have turnovers. You're always going to make mistakes, but I think he's done a good job of learning from those mistakes and not repeating the same mistakes kind of over and over again. So I think that's a good thing. I think it's important to him. You see that, football is his priority, and so he's going to do everything possible to work on that, to learn. I hate that in your second year you got to learn a new offense again, but that's kind of part of it. So hopefully get this new offense and get going, and you'll rally the team around him.
This is the one that interested me the most, guys. about Dart. Have you seen enough to believe Dart will be really good?
I mean, it's a tough situation to say. I see the ability, and I see the playmaking ability to extend plays, to move in the pocket. He's got a great presence in the pocket, and now it's kind of taking that next step to getting the ball out on time and getting through that second or getting through that third progression, getting through your progressions quicker. That's kind of like the next step for young quarterbacks is, hey, I have the ability to run, but I don't want to do that too often. I want to get the ball to the receivers. I don't want to. The one thing about when you hold the ball longer or you have the ability to extend plays and do those things, what happens is you end up taking more sacks and you end up taking more hits. And so those are kind of the negative side of that. And, and so it's just kind of finding that sweet spot of, when, hey, I need to get the ball out. I need to get to the completions. I'm fine taking check downs. I don't always have to push the ball down the field. And then, hey, if truly nothing's there and I feel that I have an extra time of kind of using those moments to extend plays and to make those big plays because they create big plays. You just don't know which side the ball is going to get the big play. It can lead to sacks. It can lead to touchdowns, and so you gotta be careful doing it too often, though.
Again, not all good, but it's kind of refreshing to me that we're not like every time somebody asks about, oh yeah, no, it's fantastic. I think sometimes it's a little too over the top. So I like the fact that he answered it in the affirmative, but yet still left room for, hey, there's still a lot more work to be done here.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like he echoed the sentiment I've had the whole time, which is you definitely have seen it, but you got to see more. There's you cannot say after seeing 7 games or whatever it was on a team that was not very good, as much as there were bright spots and you saw things that you love, considering in the NFL it's impossible to know if you have a quarterback for like 2 years. How anyone could say they're sure they have it is folly.
I think people are hoping a little too much.
You know what's there. That's the thing. You can look at a quarterback, and it doesn't take long to see that there's something there. Whether or not it turns into franchise quarterback material, again, that's right. Like, that's the problem.
Yeah, I just think that
you have to see that over time, but right away, this guy does it. Like Zach Wilson, you kind of knew pretty early, like, it ain't there.
Right. And
With
sometimes
Jackson
it takes a little while. And then you have the other side of the pendulum where, it took Baker Mayfield a long time.
But Don, even Baker, like when Baker first started playing with the Browns that year, he gave them a little juice. You could see he had something about him. He rallied the troop. The sideline got up. Like, those things to me matter. Johnny Manziel was all flash and all that stuff. The guys liked him because he was, a goofball and fun. But nobody was, like, inspired by his performance. But Baker Mayfield, you could see guys responding to him and his energy. I think I saw that in Jackson Dart this year. That sideline changed when he started playing.
But I do think Peter's right that I think people have taken the positive they've seen, and now it's, all right, we got the quarterback check. No, we got the coach check. He's proven himself.
Yes.
That he is a Super Bowl caliber coach. He's a guy that's going to be able to get you at least in position to be a championship team.
I would think so,
We don't know that about Jackson Dart. I think he's moving in the right direction. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. But anybody that has checked the quarterback box a little too quick, I think we'll eventually get there, but let's let it happen first. All right? I think there's still room to grow. And I'm not even talking about the injury part of it. I'm just talking about true greatness comes with consistency. Okay, now do it again. And then do it again, but a little bit better and better than that. And then by year 4, year 3, year 4, we'll know.
Yep.
But I do think people have already checked the box, and I think it's a little too soon to do that.
Fair.
We'll get back to your calls. Steve Cohen with some very interesting comments, and we also got to get into ENN, which is coming up next.
Yes, sir.
It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 7. Then it's Dan Gross on ESPN New York.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Bring your blueprints to Lowe's Pro Desk and get help streamlining the estimating process. Then when your order's ready, Lowe's delivers to the job site. The weekend looks good to ski any trail you want close to home with deep, well-groomed snow on all trails and parks and tubing, too. Head to the big northern resorts like Stratton, Killington, Pico, and Smuggler's Notch, Vermont, and Gore Mountain and Whiteface in the Adirondack. Adirondacks, where fresh snow should be falling and accumulating with a powder day Saturday. Thunder Ridge and Mount Peter, good small family mountains, great places to learn or just to cruise. They're 100% day and night. Wyndham and Bel Air both on every trail. Gore Mountain with 30 miles in the Adirondacks and fresh snow accumulations coming. Mohawk, Connecticut, Butternut in the Berkshires, both on every trail plus snow tubing. Jiminy Peak, 43 trails, day and night, includes 13 Groom Black Diamonds.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the night and a fantastic weekend. We're going to start off in Jersey Turnpike southbound. If you're heading over to the Goethals Bridge, stick with the truck lanes if you can. Looks like we've got a crash in the car lanes right before interchange 13. You're bumper to bumper moving past Newark Airport. Not much better on the Parkway southbound. An accident in the right lane by exit 137 in Cranford. Backed up to 78 in Hillside. Inbound George about 10 to 15 for the upper deck. Heaviest ride to the outbound side. Cross Bronx westbound, crawling from the Bronx River Parkway. Outbound Lincoln already about 20 to 30 minutes. Outbound Hahn already about 40. Still have this accident on the Grand Central westbound in Queens right before Kew Gardens. Hitting the brakes there, heading over to Main Street. New collision on the LIE eastbound by Springfield Boulevard. Right lane is out. Add that to the volume. You're solid from right out of the Midtown Tunnel. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, it's Michael K. I love when I get to talk about PC Richard & Son. This has been my go-to store for years now. They're local, they're family-owned, and they truly care about their customers. And you know, I love to support our local businesses. Always have, and you should too. During their President's Day sale, save big on appliances from all the top brands, up to 40% off. In fact, the more you buy, the more you save, with up to $1,000 in additional savings on qualifying appliances. So do what I do and get to PC Richard & Son today. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
March is here and the madness is underway. Schweppes offers above-the-rim refreshment and is proud to sponsor the Big East Conference. Take a break from the action with a Schweppes Seltzer. Enjoy 7 refreshing flavors such as black cherry, lemon lime, cranberry lime, and strawberry mango. Each Schweppes Seltzer flavor provides a perfect touch for any occasion. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783 and the perfect way to elevate your everyday refreshment. Stop by your local food bazaar to get your favorite Schweppes Seltzer for a slam dunk experience.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9th. Restrictions apply.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Good, great, grand. Welcome to ENN.
Ray Rowe.
You ever watch YouTube?
It's brought to you by our friends at Ramsey Mazda.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to start off this big ENN by saying good evening to Griffin and Don.
I think Trey Thompson could find the back of the net or Brock Nelson.
Tage Thompson.
Trey Thompson.
Tage.
Okay.
I didn't realize I was so aggressive. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was aggressive.
But when you
and good evening also to Griffin.
Sometimes I'll have my shirt off because I get too hot.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
There's something there. Yeah, I will see. Good evening to Don.
Bucket.
Good evening to myself. I live for prison rules.
Oh, really? I need more detail.
Do you remember in Cable Guy when they're playing basketball and Jim Carrey's like, "Oh, you want to play prison rules, huh?" I live for prison rules.
So underrated.
Oh, vastly.
People just don't get it.
Well, because it's painful. It's so cringe that it's hard to watch.
Because I think that was at the time where it's Jim Carrey. It's going to be like an Ace Ventura movie about a cable guy, and it's just so dark and well done and well written. If you just open your eyes to it, but you're trying to make it something that it's not, and you're like, oh, that wasn't that funny. It wasn't supposed to be that funny.
But even
it's supposed to be ironic and crazy.
But even if you kind of knew it wasn't like the other Jim Carrey movies before it, it's just its own dark, weird thing, you know? Directed by Ben Stiller. Written by Lou Holtz Jr.
Lou Holtz Jr.
Sure.
Is that the Lou Holtz?
You mean the coach?
Yeah,
football
his
coach.
son.
The former Jet coach?
His son, Lou Jr. Huh. Could it be?
I never heard that.
No, I don't.
But,
all right, it was a first-time screenwriter, Lou Holtz Jr., conceived The Cable Guy while working as a prosecutor in Los Angeles, declaring that he once saw a cable company employee in the hallway of his mother's apartment building and started thinking, what's he doing here so late?
But there's no mention that
it is not a. He is not.
No.
Lou Holtz Sr. was in the Twilight Zone,
and Lou Holtz Jr. The Lou Holtz son Jr., known as Skip Holtz, is a football coach.
Okay, the ball coach.
Skip.
The ball coach.
That's Skip. He's the ball coach.
It was still worth asking. Lou Holtz Jr.
Of course, it was.
And the
worth
timeline
asking.
makes sense.
It could work.
It's almost like you got to go with like Lewis there, just to
How about this?
Something.
But how about this? He's a prosecutor in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
He had an idea sparked, by this moment.
Sure.
Wrote the screenplay.
Brilliant.
And it became the subject of a bidding war won by Columbia Pictures at $750,000 plus $250 if it got made.
Huh.
Now, let's take it a step further while we're getting interesting on Cable Guy.
Yeah, you never know.
Because you never. This is ENN, right?
ENN.
This next part of it, this is why you tune into ENN, because
Okay.
you never know what you're going to get. How about this? For that ace, all right?
For that.
Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to get my camera back on just because it doesn't seem right to be doing ENN without that.
Can you just put the camera on?
It's not me. It's not the connection. Just won't.
We just want to see you.
I know, and I want you
there.
there.
Look at you.
All right.
If you want to get technical, by the way, the Lou Holtz that Lou Holtz Jr., the screenwriter's dad was actually born before Lou Holtz, the football coach.
There's too many
the ball
Lou
coach.
Holtzes now.
All right, well, how about this? And I knew this and have forgotten it. The role of the Cable Guy was originally sold with Chris Farley attached to star. How about that, Don? Talk about history changing.
But could Chris have handled that role, or would it have gone in a different direction? I don't think it would have been the dark comedy that it ended up being.
I disagree. I think that is not giving Chris Farley credit for the chops.
Where's the evidence of that? Like
of his acting chops?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not saying he can't act. I'm just saying to be able to act. Like, I'm sorry. Like we're talking about, like seeing Jim Carrey, made you think it was going to be slapstick. Like you would think the same thing with Farley. But could he have been that dark? I mean, Jim Carrey was really dark in that.
But think about it. But we didn't know that Jim Carrey had that speed until he made that movie.
It would have been interesting to see if
we
Farley.
never got to see if Farley had that speed. But I saw the other emotional acting chops from him, so I think he could have done it. Sandler was also considered for it.
Now we've seen Sandler play serious.
Yeah.
Well, now after that time we had, of course, in the years that followed. Anyways,
interesting. I'm a fan. I don't know if you're a fan, Alan, but I'm a fan of that movie.
Alan, you seen it? You're being quiet. I feel like you haven't seen it.
Cable Guy?
Yeah.
Not
a fan, or haven't seen it?
It's for whatever reason. It's not. I've avoided it. It's just never come across. Like it's just.
So you've never seen it?
No.
Wow.
That's why I
Would
stay
love
quiet.
your Don. Is this assignment worthy?
No, I wouldn't
homework?
go as far as assignment worthy.
Okay.
That's just for producers.
Yeah, I think it's Don's gutless. I think Don's gutless
because I
and
don't-
doesn't
I
think he
don't-
can tell Alan to do it.
Because when I say because I don't think
good?
it, I'm not shocked he didn't see it because I think there's a lot of people who pan it so much that you think this is not worth seeing. I think it is worth seeing.
Okay.
But
Dude, it's Stiller, it's Carey,
and Stiller is in it.
He's in it too. It's Broderick, it's Jack Black. I mean, it's
really a good movie.
There's a lot, those are a lot of people I like.
But
I
here's
like a lot of those guys.
and it's weird, and it's weird and good.
My rule for saying making it an assignment is when I believe you're in the minority, having not seen it. I can't say
no. That's
it's
true.
probably like 50-50. I think there's a lot of people that haven't seen that movie. I'm not surprised when I hear people say they didn't see it.
By the way, Peter and I just had synchronous water bottle drinks.
How about
That's
that?
how you know it's special. That's
was
when you know
unreal.
good things are happening.
That was timed so well.
Now this might surprise you. Here's Chris Mad Dog Russo on Mad Dog Radio saying he doesn't get the big deal of the whole sister-in-law thing with Tony Clark.
Was due to an inappropriate relationship with a sister-in-law who, is in her 50s. What's so inappropriate about that? I don't understand. I mean, this happens all the time, this stuff. I mean, why would that be considered inappropriate? It's his sister-in-law. All right, so it's his brother's wife. I mean, I guess it's inappropriate. Isn't that a family matter?
Well, not when she's on the payroll, Chris.
Well, they added that. So he was told that afterwards. Subsequently, he found out, but also just didn't care that much about that part. Obviously, was more just focused on the part he wanted to be focused on. But for the record, just the way that I understand what he's saying, but the way that he downplayed it as if it happens every day. Like, yes, it happens.
It is odd.
But we can't say it's not odd. It happens. But if it happens in your family, let me tell you one thing right now. If it happened not in our immediate family, but like it happened with one of our cousins, a first cousin, it would be the talk of our lives.
It would be
can you
almost part of
believe
the family
this?
crest? It would be just.
It's huge. It's huge.
How about this? So I'm listening to Kay today, and a caller said that it had happened in his family.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That his that there was a sister-in-law, and it was a sister, the wife's sister.
Ooh.
Got her
sister.
pregnant.
Oh, boy. Not what you want.
Yeah.
Not what you want.
Well,
But eventually, they reconciled and got back together.
Now that's strong.
And the sister is part of the family. Like, all's forgiven. Everybody was able to move on.
I said this. I said when we had the initial conversation, these things happen. And at some point, in some cases, that is what happens.
I will tell you, if the wife forgives you, and you get back together, then why not reconcile with the sister? Like, why not? I mean, if you're forgiving, might as well just go full bore at that point.
Well, yeah, you can't. The wife can't forgive the husband and continue to hate the sister. That makes no sense.
But the fact is just like to throw a donut on the bat is a child. Like they made it as difficult as possible and still overcame.
I'll tell you what, though.
That's 2 donuts, Don. That may be 3.
You can't even lift the bat.
The Russo of it all, though, our show should take credit.
What do you
I
mean?
don't think he comes up with this take at all, if not for the conversation he and I had on Wednesday.
I agree with that.
He was sort of like taken aback by the conversation and then realized, like, hey, that's actually a very interesting conversation. He was telling me, he's like, that's good radio. Like, he was very proud of us.
Well, he doesn't know that we're capable of doing a radio show.
No, he didn't.
Well, he doesn't know that Don doesn't
I'm on
do
that
more than
show.
updates.
Yeah, and he still doesn't know that Don even talks.
Yeah. Now I won't be. I think Alan. I think that you're onto something there. But like Ty Butler tweeting out that all the ideas that the NBA came up with tanking came from Ty and Jake filling in for us on Monday. I thought that was a little aggressive.
Well, why? Why not give him credit for the time slot? You don't respect our time slot enough to think that it could have gotten there?
I just don't think
that's tough.
That the NBA got all the ideas on a Monday, turned it around
a holiday.
Thursday.
Hold on, a holiday Monday.
Holiday Monday. Listen, I have all the respect for Ty and Jake, but I just thought, and good for them to be that confident. I thought that was a little aggressive.
You don't think the NBA heard the holiday show and then turns it around by Thursday?
By Thursday. Now,
I mean, listen,
Alan having a conversation with Russo and then 2 days later it ending him on the air, that seems more feasible to me. Now, if Ty said, hey, I ran into I ran into
Adam Silver.
Adam Silver gracefully, and we had a half-hour conversation, and then the next thing you know, that stuff ends up on there. I would say, you know what? That's goodbye, Ty. And Jay.
The only question would be, why does Ty still go to Gracefully now that the station's downtown?
Because I was trying. Because you know what it is. You know what's sad? Gracefully was a deli, was down the street from when we were on West End Avenue.
I mean, it's seconds away.
We're now like 2 studios removed from that.
And still Gracefully's in.
But yet I couldn't think of another name of any of the places we went to.
Well, think about. Let's do this real quick, Peter.
Yeah.
Comparison: TJ, Gracefully.
Oh, TJ's couldn't be better.
Across the street. Which one? Where are you going?
Trader Joe's could not be a bigger upgrade from Gracefully. Gracefully has terrific food, but the prices were absurd.
However,
the pricing was absurd.
That's called Essen down here.
Deli counter. Phenomenal.
Gracefully hit different, though.
Yeah, it did.
No, Gracefully had great stuff, but I don't care.
No, but I'm not talking about the quality of stuff. Just throwing Gracefully out.
Oh, the word?
Than if I had said Trader Joe's.
Oh, yeah, it hit. No, you know what it hit as? People had no idea what you were talking about.
Strange poll.
I mean,
it just sounds like a strange poll. That's exactly right, Alan.
Right. But for you two.
What is Gracefully? Yeah.
It hit different for you two.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. I got it. I knew. It hit. Now, here's the question, though. Don, you used to go to Gracefully, right?
Yes.
There is something, Alan, I believe that is going on. I can't quite put a finger on it.
Okay.
Where I just don't think Don, no matter how long we stay here, I do not think he's going to be comfortable going to Trader Joe's. I see that he wants the nuts. Like yesterday when I pull out the nuts, he gets excited, he's ready to go to town. But I know there's something he's intimidated by Trader Joe's. He doesn't want to do it.
I'm going to tell you why. Because I want to. It's right across the street. And the reason that I got close was not to grab your nuts. It was because we play the game of how much everything costs because it's ridiculously cheap. I mean, the guy buys groceries and he gets it for like under $20.
My wife gets mad at me that I only do grocery shopping for myself at Trader Joe's.
Right, and it's crazy. So that's when I was ready to play the game. But I've walked in and out of that place 2 separate times.
You saw the line and got scared?
I saw the line.
You can't get scared by the line.
It moves, dude.
Because here's the thing. I want to be able to just get what I need and get to the station, sit down, and have lunch with everybody. And it feels like it's a project.
So here's the thing. You have to understand about the Trader Joe's.
I got to go in with you guys. You show me the ropes.
We'll show you. It's a one-floor. It is a one-floor small Trader Joe's. They have much bigger Trader Joe's.
Yes.
This is a small Trader Joe's. And once you know where, like, I go to the yogurts, I go to where the tuna salad and the chicken salad is, I go to where the juices are, I go to where the nuts are. That's basically it. And the line, Don, even if the line is as far as you could see, the longest I've ever waited is like 3.5 minutes.
But just not knowing the lay of the land. But if I go in with you or Alan, you show me where everything is.
I'll take you by the hand.
I can feel
we'll
I want to be a part.
Take him by his little hand.
There is a Gracefully a Jace here.
No, Essen?
It's where I got the smoothie for Don the other day.
Gracefully is its own thing.
Yeah.
I don't think anything has ever been like
Essen is similar to Gracefully. It's stupidly expensive to get stuff, and they have a nice
Very expensive hot food.
Yeah,
hot food, packaged
salad
food.
Bar. Yes.
It's the same thing.
You're
All
gonna
due
have
respect
to show
to Gracefully.
me where that is. I'm curious where
Essen
that
is on
right across the
Varick.
street.
Yeah, it's no, hold on. Anthony is loose. No, don't listen.
Hang on, no, I can do that because when Alan leaves Get Up in the morning, it is right across the street.
Okay, but that's not across the street from where we.
It is though. It's a
no,
block.
No, listen, Alan, is there a history of Anthony saying that something is extremely close?
Just because you guys can't walk fast, I can't.
And then you made the trip, and it took you 45 minutes.
45 minutes? When? When did that happen?
Not?
When did that happen?
The example of that is the Chinese. The Chinese is not that close.
And that wasn't it. And what about the smoothie place?
Wait, why were we delayed in the smoothie place? Who called 10 minutes after we went there saying, "Can I get a smoothie, please?"
Alan.
Who was that?
Alan, tell the truth. Is the smoothie place a little far?
It was a bit of a walk. You did extend it by then deciding.
Listen, next time you guys can Uber. I'm going to walk.
No. See, now you don't have to do that.
That's a sore subject.
But this is classic Peter, though. So he joins us, right? He calls. He wants a smoothie. So now it's like I figured you probably knew your order, and instead he's on speaker.
What do they have?
All right, so what do they got? Well, they got smoothies. What's your favorite smoothie? Take a picture of the menu.
That's not what happened. He lied. He just lied. A lie just happened. That never happened.
Day.
I never asked for a picture of the menu. After 30 seconds, I said,
did not happen. No.
Thank you. Thank you for Anthony. Even as I'm attacking you, I appreciate you being truthful. That is not what happened.
You were the guy that's like,
I didn't know you guys were already done. I thought you might have still been ordering.
And I will tell you this. I don't know if Anthony ever told you.
Oh, he was red hot.
I was legitimately
red
hot that day.
Well, he told us.
I think Don thinks less of me as a person since that day.
I think the line Don was the meeting. The show is secondary. Or something like that.
I was in Vancouver, so I'm in Vancouver. So the show is 1 to 4. So our meeting's at 12:30. All right. So I'm running. I'm legitimately running to find something to have for lunch before the meeting. No, the show was noon to 4.
Yeah, that's noon.
So it's 11:30 meeting.
11:30.
So I'm like, I gotta have lunch. I gotta find some place that's open at 11:30, and I find I'll open at 11 because I got to get to the meeting. So I'm running around. I find a pizzeria that's open. It's like 11:15. It's not even that great, but I wanted to have something for lunch. I'm running to get to the meeting. I finally get through my lunch. Literally walked into my room just as the meeting was supposed to start, and to be told everybody decided to go from smoothies. There's no meeting, and I'm like punching the wall. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
But
and then I find out that the meeting is further delayed because Peter finds out there's smoothie, and now you got to go back to get him a smoothie.
That's not.
And now I'm bleeding from the eyes. Like honestly,
I
wanted to quit.
I just sent a picture of our location right now to where Essen is. And if you want to tell me that's as far as where the smoothie place is, good luck.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not that. What I was doing was I was saying there's a precedent that when Anthony said, and Anthony, you should be commended by this because it means you're a young, virile, athletic man.
Virile.
When he says the words across the street, my only point is Trader Joe's is across the street.
Literally.
Nothing else can be fully qualified as across the street.
That's fair.
That's my only point.
That's fair, but I'll say this. Anything I've walked to with you guys or told you to walk to, John and I have gone to lunch to get at one point or another.
Yeah, but you hate your jobs and don't want to come back. I mean,
wow.
Yes.
For like
you know what?
minutes.
Don, you're right. I hate this job. You are 1,000% correct.
And also, can confirm.
Can we also please appreciate the fact that Don, when he's out of town, because he made the extra effort to the meeting took on a different importance. Like, if it's a normal day, Don's just sitting at the table with his feet up, throwing out hypotheticals about God knows what. We're just going.
It doesn't matter. The fact is that I'm there at 2:30,
and everyone's off.
You know what? I want to be there at 2:30 for moments like this.
I know.
I can throw it back in your face.
That's right.
Strolling in at 2:45, like, meeting, what does it matter?
And now you have this moment, and then when he has the moment where he's not there and made the effort to be there, it sent him into a state he can't even.
For some reason, like, my heel was bothering me. I'm limping around. Because that was the pizzeria wasn't open. I went back to the hotel and got like a $30 salad, and they're making it quick for me. And I'm like, I'm telling them, listen, you got to hurry with the salad. I got to be back in my room for 11:30. I got a meeting. And I get in there at like 11:29 and be told, no, they're going got smoothies.
Full disclosure, as we know that we're messing up the whole meeting schedule continuum.
The very important meeting.
We also know, Don's going to be so pissed, and it's entertaining for us.
Right. Don's going to be so pissed. Let's do it.
I mean, it is.
And the thing that put me over, like, and I'm like, I really thought at that moment, Alan would have been like, dude, we got a meeting.
Anthony, I was, right?
But you still went.
No, you were. Listen,
I didn't like it.
Alan asked, will we get back for the show? And I said, we'll make it back for the show.
No, Alan, that was the thoughts and prayers version for Alan. It's
That's
like,
right.
I'm still going to do
thoughts
it.
and prayers.
I'm still going to do it.
He's hoping for the best.
I feel bad.
I really want
We were hoping the payoff was, not 2 months later, but this paid off.
Here we are. We got it. It took time, and here we are. All right. This is interesting.
What else we got?
We have a lot of things.
Yeah.
Most notably, I'm trying to decide here. Well, first of all, let's show love to Team USA, who absolutely destroyed Slovakia today, 5-1 in 6-2.
Sure,
it was 5-1 at some
point. It was 5-1.
It was 5-1 at
before
one point.
You can't get to 6-2.
They were down 3-2.
6-2.
You can't get to 6-2 without 5-1. And now the USA will play Team Canada, who got it done earlier today without Sid Crosby. And now you get what you dream of, a gold medal game between Team USA and Team Canada Sunday morning, just after 8 a.m. on your NBC and Peacock vehicles, folks.
And it's going to be a bad day, so weather-wise. So I'm hoping that number is going to be big, and it's going to be great, man. It's like, that's the thing about, like, especially Team Canada, like stars all over the place.
Oh, that team's loaded.
Like, Don, honestly, what did we say the number was for the Four Nations?
Four Nations,
that got a big number.
I think it was slightly under 9 million.
Okay.
It'll exceed that.
It's a Sunday morning. The only thing is church. That's all we got, right? There's no excuse for this not to, in the U.S., to not be a
But let me ask you
number.
this. All right, just because of the buildup. Now, I forget what the number was. I think you looked it up, Anthony. I don't know if you remember, in 2010 in Vancouver. So that game was like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. I think the number would be bigger. I think hockey is in a different place now, off of the Four Nations and what happened. If this game were like 3, 4 o'clock, I think it would do a monster number.
Yeah, it's a tough time slot to get.
27.6 million, you said?
U.S. viewership on the 2010 gold medal game average of 27.6, with 52.9 million watching at least a portion of the game.
I think that you would. That's massive numbers. I think it would do over 30 now. But at 8,
you're losing half. You're losing half of the country.
But that's 5:10 in the morning on a Sunday
Done.
on the
Not
West
happening.
Coast.
You're in bed. Turn
tough.
it on. Like, just put it on. Nobody said you had to get up. Just put it on.
You're not doing that. Unless you are a hardcore hockey fan. Hardcore.
Really? I got up for the TJ Sochi game. What was that, like 6 o'clock in the morning?
But you're a hardcore hockey fan.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Peter makes a great point. I did it. I don't know if everybody else did.
A regular Olympic consumer who just throws on the prime time, you're not throwing on 5
The thing is, if this was 1970, if this was the in 80, because the same thing, right? They showed it at 5 o'clock on tape delay. You could do that because there was no social media, no computers or anything.
Yeah, you can't now.
Like, NBC probably should re-air it like at 7 o'clock, but they won't because everybody will know. By then, everybody will know.
Nobody will watch it.
And that
unless
would hurt.
It's epic.
Unless it's just an epic game. I wonder, 7 o'clock's a little bit
Well,
much.
no. Here's the thing. Social media will alert people to the fact that if we got a 1-1 going to overtime, I think then the number will go off the charts.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. If people see that.
Or 1-0, 5 minutes to go in the third period.
The third period might be a little bit better.
Yeah, but
that's for sure.
But, at 7 o'clock in California in the morning, that alert is going to be on deaf ears if you're sleeping.
Let's check in on Patrick Mahomes, see how he's doing according to Andy Reid.
He's around here all the time. Spends a ton of time here, 7 hours a day, and he's in there cranking away, making progress every day. That's about half the battle on these things when you have these injuries that you show up, and it's not going to be a pleasant thing every day. You got to fight through it, and you got to attack the challenge of the workout and rehab. So he's doing a great job with that.
And what's the latest on Mr. Kelsey?
He's in there cranking away. There is communication, though. That's the main thing, Sam. And I always go, I've said this before to you, just as long as there's communication, good. That means people want to move forward. And I think that's where Trav is. I'm not trying to put words in his mouth at all. And I try to give him some space here. He's been doing this a long time, and he can sort all that out as he goes forward. But we're proceeding with that, and there is communication going on.
Now, just to reiterate to Andy Reid, if I were to ask you, after Hard Bodies came out and Don was locked away in his room,
Ambassador Johnson?
What was he doing in there?
He's in there cranking away.
It was, if you stumbled upon Hard Bodies and your parents were sleeping, it was like New Year's Day.
That's why Andy Reid says what you were doing.
He's in there cranking away.
I'm 16 and HBO. HBO could have been showing, I'm just trying to think of like something stupid HBO would put on, like not necessarily the news, right? But Hard Bodies popped on.
Andy
Reid, like
time.
1 o'clock in the morning. 16-year-old in his living room.
He's in there cranking away.
Well, that'll do it. That'll do it for ENN.
What a way to end
Brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or Mazda CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. And I also got to remind you guys that Friday nights have gotten a little bit louder.
You're kidding.
Because NBA Happy Hour is live on FanDuel. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel is running limited-time specials to pregame your weekend. We're talking boosts, bonuses, surprises, all dropping right in the app. So you can jump on there right now, find out what is going on. It's the perfect way to kick off the weekend. A little b-ball, a little action, whole lot of Friday energy. That's NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 Eastern, which is right now, only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. 21 and over, physically present, New York, opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including any bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Normally when you see a superstar athlete like that, you say, the sport really needs Patrick Mahomes to come back. And then I look at the numbers that the finger painting that was the Super Bowl next to the Mona Lisa and the number it got, I'm like, you know what? They don't need anything.
Nope.
We can play in an NFL game and we'd get 20 million people. I could not believe the number that I got. I was expecting it to be like the least watched Super Bowl in a decade. No, it doesn't matter.
No. All the consternation, all the complaining, it's still it is a moth to a flame.
It is. It's pretty interesting. 1-800-919-3776. The last call crew. It's all on the table. Also, we got to get some of the Steve Cohen comments.
Yeah, that was
raised a few eyebrows as well. It's Don Hahn and Rosenberg until 7 o'clock, and then it's Dan Gross on ESPN New York.
17th ranked St. John's goes for its 13th win in a row when they host Creighton at MSG. Coverage begins tomorrow at 11:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 2.5S Select Sport all-wheel drive for $209 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN TM105852. MSRP $29,530. Zero security deposit ends 3/2/26.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
So, should we split the bill?
But math is the worst.
Not all math, because with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games, you can multiply your winnings up to 200 times.
Wait, multiply my winnings?
Yeah, you take your winnings, then multiply those winnings up to 200 times.
So all of my winnings times 200?
Yeah, that.
Oh, I've always said math's the best.
Play for chances to multiply your winnings 30, 50, up to 200 times. Prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey Yankees fans, 2026 Yankees individual game and group tickets are on sale now at Yankees.com/tickets. Next season's home schedule is highlighted by interleague games against the Dodgers, Braves, and Cardinals. As always, we'll host the annual series of games against the Mets, as well as baseball's best rivalry with the Red Sox. Don't miss out on all the exciting action in the Bronx. Get your 2026 Yankees tickets today at Yankees.com/tickets.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you feel embarrassed, trapped, maybe even ashamed just because you own a timeshare? Well, I'm here to tell you you're not alone. Chuck McDowell here, the timeshare cancellation guy. I get over 3,000 complaints a week from all kinds of folks that feel the same way you do. Honest people, teachers, veterans, grandparents, all losing sleep over a timeshare they can't get rid of. That's why 15 years ago, I founded Wesley Financial Group to help people take their lives back. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we would want our own family to be treated. That mindset has helped us cancel over 50,000 timeshares from people just like you. So if you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-311-4114. That's 800-311-4114. 800-311-4114.
So Steve Cohen has some interesting stuff as we're getting closer and closer to the start of the baseball season. Although compared to the other sports, the spring training lasts forever. So we still have over a month before we'll have our first regular season game. But Cohen talked about the importance of making the postseason.
I'm annoyed. I'm absolutely annoyed. Every year that goes by, I get frustrated, and I'm really committed to this team. And I know how much the fans care. I know we're celebrating the 40th anniversary of 1986, and that's just too long. And there's a lot of great teams out there. No matter what you do, it doesn't mean you're necessarily going to win the World Series. But I just want to put myself in position every year in the playoffs where we have a chance with a really good team.
And it's important, guys, because the Mets have been around for over 60 years, 1962. They've only made the playoffs back-to-back years twice, 2009 and 2000, and then in 15 and 16. That's it. So, getting to the playoffs on a consistent basis has eluded this team forever. So, and under Cohen, win 100 games in 22, missed the playoffs the next year. Go to Game 6 of the League Championship Series in 24, missed the playoffs the next year. I mean, that's kind of been the thing. And the 2 years in 2009 and 2000 was the only time they actually progressed. Like 2009, they lost, in 99, they lost to the Braves, and then in 2000, they went to the World Series. But in 15, they went to the World Series and they got eliminated by the Giants in the wild card game. And that's been it. I mean, that's embarrassing. So get this team consistently making the playoffs, I think, is important. He also commented about the Dodgers.
The Dodgers had another big offseason. Do you feel they kind of widened the gap on everybody, or how do you look at that dynamic?
Well, I mean, listen, they're formidable. They have the ability to spend. So do I, by the way. Okay. They built a great team, but I think we built a great team. And I think we're going to be really competitive this year. And the goal is to meet them somewhere along the way in the playoffs.
Well, at least he acknowledged that he can spend, but he's being outspent by the Dodgers.
But again, he's being. I think it's I don't think it's him not wanting to. I think it's players not going to they're choosing the Dodgers. Don't you think?
Well,
they were.
I think that happened with Diaz, right? I mean, the Mets offer wasn't that far behind, and if they wanted to, they could have upped it past.
Yeah, they knew he wanted to leave, though. I think that's what that whole thing was about. They knew he really wanted out.
I think the Dodgers have two advantages over both the Mets and the Yankees. Like, if all the money's equal, you're going to pick the Dodgers, and the two reasons are that, they're coming off, back-to-back championships, right? So why wouldn't I want to go there? And the weather.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and for some of the Asian-born players, the proximity of Los Angeles to Japan and
of course.
And Asia probably helps too. So that would be a third reason for those. But otherwise, you can understand that. Like, if all things are equal, Peter, forget about where you're from. Like, you probably pick the Dodgers over the Yankees or Mets because of the weather. Taxes are pretty much the same. They're probably worse, I guess, in New York than L.A., but it's probably very close.
I mean, it's also beyond the, yes, weather and also just, easy living. Like just the general living.
And and I'll give you a third reason that people might not want to hear is that there's probably less pressure to win.
Oh, for sure.
I am not going to get eviscerated for not winning the World Series the way I do as a New York Yankee. Or, why don't the Mets ever win? Like, I think in New York there is you better win, where I don't think you feel that in L.A. They want to win, and they'll be critical of you. But at the end of the day, if you make the playoffs and lose, I don't think you're going to get eviscerated on sports talk radio or booed in your building the way you would in New York. So what do you want to deal with that for?
You're saying that they don't have the same passion for the Dodgers in L.A. coverage-wise?
They're passionate, but I don't think they feel if we don't win, it's a failure like you do in New York. Remember, these are fans that show up at the fourth inning, leave in the seventh inning, right? The Dodgers are popular.
Yes.
The Lakers are very popular.
Yeah.
But
I think the Lakers take the heat. The Lakers seem to be in that market from the time I've been there. It feels to me like the Lakers are – there's a lot more, passion, the right word, about that team. Like it's always drama. It's always frustration. If they win, it's like the euphoric. And if they're not winning a championship, it's, they're angry at everything they want.
No, the Lakers are the talk of the town.
You feel like the Lakers are that? And so no one else, like the Dodgers are what then? What are is baseball? That's not a good baseball town. That's not
a great
baseball town that yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so what is there? There's not the same amount of passion for the Dodgers?
Passion's the wrong word because I think they're passionate about the teams, but they're more forgiving.
Interesting.
I don't think they apply the same pressure. I think they love their teams.
Yeah.
But I think in New York there is a stress to win more so than there is probably in any other market.
And there's no New York Post in LA either. It's not the same. It's just not the same.
I just think it's different. Now, why is New York that way? I don't know. Maybe because the Yankees have won so much that there's that feeling like I want to win like that. But I don't want to say passion because I think they're passionate about their teams.
Seems like it.
But they're more forgiving, and they don't apply the same pressure. Now, does that make you more passionate that you demand to win or else? Or does it make it like their fans are just apply more pressure? I guess it can be looked upon as that you're more passionate. But the winning just comes from, and I guess the Yankees kind of set the standard. Like there's a team. I don't know if the Dodgers and the Lakers have an edict that it's winning or death the way it is with the New York Yankees. And then because the Mets are in the same town, I think the Met fans are like, I want to get to that point. I want to get to the point where second place is first loser. But it's just not realistic anymore, guys. It's just not. There's not going to be even look what the Dodgers have had to do to win back-to-back titles. Have a $400 million payroll.
Yeah.
But I really don't think in baseball you're ever going to see a team win 4 championships in 5 years the way the Yankees did. Now,
I think that's the last one. That's the last true dynasty.
And if you do, it'll be the Dodgers, and it'll be because the Dodgers are spending like drunken sailors. And that's what Yankee fans want to see. But
we keep having, and I know, like it's not off topic, but it's a we're just pulling off the highway. But that just continues for me to be one of the great sports debates in modern times. It used to be obviously, the DH versus not. I think because we're in cap sports now and almost everything in baseball's coming, and there was this argument of it makes it fair, competitive balance, and all that stuff. But it does remove the idea of dynasties being able to exist anymore. Aren't dynasties special?
But that's why
we don't want them anymore.
But here's the thing: as much as the Chiefs dynasty annoyed me, I give them credit because they're on the same playing field as everybody else. So they just were better at the sport. Good on them. I got sick of them, but good on them. But if I'm a dynasty because I'm outspending everybody else, then no, I don't think that's fair, and I don't think that's right.
And there's no limit to what you're willing to spend. It's endless. It's not the same. It does not hit the same as a cap sport dynasty. It just can't.
All right. So the Golden State Warriors, they built the foundation of the dynasty was built through the draft, but that was one title. Then they got Kevin Durant because of a loophole, and they were able to attract and spend the money. And then they won 2 titles, and they were doing it knowing that they were going over the tax threshold and willingly the spending in just an obscene amount of tax money that was turned into revenue sharing. But they could, and they wanted to, right?
But
so
at least
that dynasty, while built through the draft, was maintained and cultivated with overspending.
But at least it started out as, I'm better than you. And now I became an attractive place to play, and now I'm taking advantage of the system.
Okay.
Not, hey, I'm just – because what are the Yankee fans – and I'm not getting on Yankee fans. I'm just saying because there's no cap, what do they say? Spend more money.
Yeah.
Hal doesn't want to win. Spend more money. If you want to get on Brian for making poor decisions, as you have, Alan, not having a left fielder, not going in and maybe getting, helping the rotate, whatever, the different complaints the fans have had over the years.
Yeah.
That's a legitimate baseball conversation. But when the cap, he's like, well, we're the New York Yankees, then we got to spend more. I just don't. It feels like a cheat code. It does.
I agree with that.
It's almost in the tanking realm. Like I'm finding a way to, and they're taking advantage of the system. So there's nothing wrong with it. But I'd like everybody to at least be on the same level.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
The Patriots and the Chiefs, or the Golden State Warriors, or whatever dynasty, the Florida Panthers who won back-to-back cups. They're just better at it than everybody else.
The Panthers have found ways to circumvent, too.
They did. They did because of the injury situation.
But I'd rather have the – see, that's what I mean, though. I'd rather have the smart front office that knows the loopholes, that can work the system and figure out ways that I could just do better with my team building than everyone else because I'm just smarter.
Right.
But I always prefer that.
I guess that's the question. Are the Dodgers smarter or just richer?
No. No, they're richer.
And that I think that kind of takes the fun out of it. If I'm in a race and I win because I get to start 10 yards ahead of you, is that really a race? And that's what it kind of feels like. Now, the money doesn't guarantee you a win, but it definitely helps, right? It definitely puts you in a position to be good.
Yeah.
The Dodgers may not win a championship this year, but one thing I'll guarantee you is not going to lose 100 games.
Mm-hmm.
They might suffer a bunch of injuries and for some reason miss the playoffs, but it'll be because of very unusual circumstances. They're going to be there. It's just the beauty of baseball is that once the game starts, hey, you need some breaks. You need to hit them where they ain't. You need to have the bounce kind of go your way. The Blue Jays went right there with them. Despite their payroll being way lower, they went right to Game 7 extra inning, right there, an inch from winning the game on a slide at home plate. Because that's the beauty of baseball. But over 162, I think I'm going to bet on the team with a $400 million payroll than a team with a $150 million payroll. More calls? Peter, I know you got a split, man, because you got WWE obligations.
I
want
do.
You to have a great weekend.
We'll run it back.
Safe.
Enjoy the blizzard that I hope we don't get, and we'll run it back on Monday.
See you Monday, Pete.
All right. Everybody else, 1-800-919-3776. Don Hahn Rosenberg till 7 o'clock. Then it's Dan Gross on ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
It starts with the first early morning. The uniform, the training, the challenge. Every trooper remembers day one at the academy. But where they end up, no two stories are the same. At the New York State Police, the path you take is up to you. If you're ready for a career with endless opportunities for growth, start here. Go anywhere. Apply today at joinstatepolice.ny.gov.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach for the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass, your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou, a term provider, 800-568-2790. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-568-2790. That's 800-568-2790. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-568-2790.
This will be in my top 5 hip-hop songs.
Okay. I mean, this
Messed around and got a triple-double.
Yeah, can't hate this. This is a very quotable song. Don, as we go into the weekend, we keep talking about this this latest winter storm.
Yeah.
Anthony was just. I think we should bring in our meteorologist Anthony Pusick to give us the latest from Lee Goldberg, so everybody going into the weekend knows what's expected in various areas. Anthony.
Yeah, I'm looking at what Lee put out, what Eyewitness News put out, and it's looking like, Allen, your parts of Long Island will get 8 to 12 inches.
Oh, good Lord.
It looks like the very southeastern part of New Jersey will also be in that area. But most of Jersey, the boroughs, are going to be 4 to 8. Late Sunday into Monday, which really, even if it is just 4 to 8 inches, that's just not a fun commute for anybody.
No, that sucks. And on top of it, we're hearing this today. And, the run at all the places to get, more salt. I'm out of the rock salt. I have to get more. And everybody's probably getting it tonight.
Bread and milk, baby. That's it.
Which means it's all going to be gone by tomorrow. And that's a problem. Back-to-back games for me, just not that it's all about me, but I'm saying this is a busy weekend.
No, it's a busy weekend.
When did this go from flurries that we're just going to coat what was left of the mounds of snow to we're going to have another snowpocalypse blizzard situation?
Snowpocalypse.
Now, listen, it's so funny because, 4 to 8, what are you telling me? There's a big difference.
That's it.
4
that is a gap. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, 4 inches, we can handle that. That's not a big deal.
But
it's
8. Yeah. 8's a snowblower.
Yeah, it's a lot, and I'm down to 1 shovel. We used to have 3, but
broke them.
Well, it broke them because of the ice. I'm trying to chip away at some of the ice, and then it breaks, and I don't know. At least
I say flamethrower.
You guys don't have one of those old metal shovels?
Oh, you know what?
With the wood handle that you could just smack that's rusted.
The last storm, I went to Home Depot for something else. And saw a whole pallet of these metal shovels.
Yep, that's what you need.
And this is a weapon, this thing.
My dad's got the tetanus-infested one. I'm like, this is not something you should be handling. But he's got it.
But it's a hell of a shovel. It's better than those plastic joints.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
The old school
Holds
stuff.
up.
Do you know, I think it's still there. I haven't looked, unless my brother got rid of it. We have a garage at my mom's where I grew up. There was a big cement garage. And it came, the house was 100 years old when I was a kid.
Wow.
And hanging in the garage, and we use it every once in a while when the lawnmower would run out of gas. Those old, where the push lawnmowers.
Yeah, the Brady Bunch mower.
Yeah, and there's no bag or whatever. It's probably all rusted out. It's probably an antique at this point. But that's where you need the old school stuff, man. We need that. It just stinks, man. The only good thing about this is because of where we are, late February, that there's a good chance that if this storm is bad, it could be it won't hang around like that. The problem with getting the foot of snow back in January is then we got like 3 straight weeks of it being 20.
Yeah, under.
So everything froze over and never had to,
Right.
We finally got some rain, get rid of it. So hopefully, but just now it's going to spill into Monday, which could affect the commute and all that.
Yeah.
So just be safe out there, guys. Enjoy the game, 8-10 in the morning on Sunday. The Knicks are giving you stuff on Saturday and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a little hockey, you got the NBA. Just stay home and be safe.
Are you getting bored, Don? When's your first game?
Wednesday.
Because we have the gold medal game Sunday. So when are you back to doing what you do best?
Wednesday.
Calling games.
Oh, we go right back in.
Oh wow. Okay.
So Wednesday, home against Buffalo. And then after the game, we leave to go to Pittsburgh. Thursday, I'll be in Pittsburgh, Devils, Penguins.
Wow.
And then we'll have a day off in the afternoon in Milan.
Yeah, fly
so
back.
they'll party or drink their blues away from losing.
One or the other.
Stay for the closing ceremony.
Sober up on Monday.
Probably fly out Monday morning.
Oof.
And then you get a couple of days to relax and get adjusted to the time, and then right back to work.
Yeah.
But you know what? Tage Thompson's going to have to do it for Buffalo with the Sabres, right?
Everybody's going to do it.
Everybody's going to have to adjust to it at some point. But no, it'll be crazy. So everybody be safe out there. We'll have plenty to talk about on Monday with the Olympic hockey and the Knicks with the big weekend.
Mm-hmm.
First up, the Rockets, then the Bulls. So try to get back to their winning ways
I'm on the
after a
call
tough
with
loss.
Mark Kestisher on Saturday night, if you so desire. ESPN
I love
Radio.
That. All right, well, let's enjoy. Let's have some fun.
Let's do it.
So if you're on hold, hang in there because Dan Gross is coming up at 7 o'clock. He's got a big show until 9. So enjoy it. Have a great weekend. Be safe. We'll reconvene 3 o'clock on Monday. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just